The views and opinions expressed by the host do not necessarily state or reflect those of the guests.
1, 2, 3,
Furthermore,
4,
the views and opinions of the guests do not necessarily
Warren, you
state or
headphones?
reflect those of the host.
Warren, you care
I'm a
about
stupid
headphones?
robot.
I don't care about
Give it up for the buddy. The
Man,
whole
you
area.
ain't
got
no
headphones?
Oh, is
Clean up the
Does he
open
need
micers
them?
at the
Yeah. Does he need them? Are they Bluetooth?
Are they plugged in?
Hold on, let's make sure that. Hold on.
They work?
I'll take these.
Sound hot?
Yeah, those are. Just have the longer cord or something.
I think so.
Something set up properly.
You guys feeling it?
Are we feeling it?
I'm
San Antonio! As the world turns, as the world burns.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't drink. I don't drink alcohol, dude. Yeah, dude. Try to stay as clear-headed as possible when I'm high on mushrooms. No, I'm just analogy. It's like a joke.
I'm fucked up on the shrooms, baby!
Alonzo's talking about how Jameson is
What did you want that back? You asked for a shot and you gave me a shot. Oh. If you said swig, I would have taken a swig. I'm sorry.
I did say take a shot.
I'm sorry.
This is good tension before the podcast starts.
I'm sorry. I feel. And I was about to ask. I was embarrassed to ask. Just a little bit.
Maybe Alonzo's got another one.
What do you need?
A shooter. We need a shooter for Warren drank his. He thought it was just giving him a swig.
What are you talking about? So he needs to drink it?
He needs another one. Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about
Where's my beer?
I'm hopped
Right
up.
there. Crack him off at Lone Star.
Were you at the shooting range earlier, Alonzo?
With the Cowboy Boys. Bob Dell. Swing it down, man. Yeah. I do not care. I had sex with a dolphin. Yeah,
it. That's a shampoo.
Shamu Shambloo me.
That's right. Blowing on the blowhole.
Charlie Kirk's life needs a new man. Guess who's gonna be there for him? Me. I'm a Christian.
I'm a born again Christian.
Oh yeah, I'm the reincarnation of Charlie Kirk, bitch.
People hear this?
I can't feel my face. I can't feel my neck.
His pussy or his crack.
Wait a second. Okay, I'm reloading.
Building turned, just crushed and crumbled. I'm not sure if it's safe to report from my vantage point. I really need to leave. Civil Defense has informed me that the surrounding areas are ruined.
Hand me the brewskis.
I see some people running now.
I need the brewskis.
In the opinion of this reporter, if this nation or in fact the world ever needed heroes, that time is now. That time is now.
I chugged a yerba mate before this. That was a mistake. Got a little too wild. Yeah, dude, it's fucking. He left me waiting. I was late. Doing the cinema. YouTube got stuff. Tried to jerk off just to loosen my prostate. And my dick got stuck in the vacuum. It was a whole thing.
The storm's getting worse. Our exploratory diving bell is
Escape the money is here in Barry.
Wong and his assistant Mary Nelson have vanished from the
Computers indicate that whatever caused it came from somewhere in the Pacific.
We'll start searching that area immediately.
What am I saying? Ah, shit.
What?
What am I saying?
Did you just end it?
What happened?
No. Hey guys. It was pretty cool though, right? Wait a second.
That was awesome. You should be a friend.
Nah, you guys don't get that.
Wait, so
That's a super secret. That's a super secret combo ending that you only get to hear after you listen to like 5 shows in a row.
Oh.
Without any deaths. You can't lose one, and then you unlock the secret combo intro.
Oh.
it's a good idea.
Yeah.
It's pretty good, right?
It was sort of an immersive video game like experience.
Aced.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Alonzo Cantu, and I am here right now on Planet Bad First Impressions. Wait a second, let me see if I can crack it open. Yeah, Bad First Impressions. Here, you guys want to see yourselves?
Yes.
You guys want to see yourselves?
Aced.
Here we are.
Everybody looks beautiful, dude. Everybody
There
looks
we
beautiful
are.
right now.
Is that what my hair looks like?
Yeah, man.
Yes.
It looks good. I like it.
You look good.
I had a nightmare. I was bald this
Really?
morning. It was bad.
Bald?
It was a real bad nightmare,
That sucks, dude.
and it was bad
Yeah.
balding.
What happened?
And my hair was it was scary, man.
Nobody,
You
like,
you
liked
weren't
you?
there.
Nobody
What?
liked you, and they're just like,
I didn't like myself, and that's all that matters.
Balding sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, balding does
Yeah.
suck.
Do you want to talk about that one?
Every day I wake up and I have that same nightmare, but it's
you
a
bald?
reality.
Are you balding, or is that
Yeah.
a choice?
No, I'm like I've got like
Not a balding.
I'm balding for sure.
Let's see the.
If I grow my If I grow my hair out, like I have hair on my head, but it would just look like
Right
I
there.
was hanging on. You know,
Well, if you grew it out, you could do that
I could do
Walton
like the whole,
Goggins thing.
Scabby thing. You know, I could do like the whole. What'd you say?
Walton Goggins.
Walton
He's
Goggins, yeah.
he's got the fucking receding hairline.
I don't know.
It
I
was
just
good.
You could do a Phil Collins look, you know?
I just I don't like to look like I'm hanging on. I feel like some people look like they're hanging on, and I'm not.
No, I honestly.
You look good bald though.
He
You
does look good
good,
bald.
yeah.
He's got a good bald.
Aced.
Yes.
I do
look
have some
to him.
moles I got to get taken off. So like,
Yeah.
I have to be really careful when I shave. Otherwise,
Where are the
I
moles?
bleed. The back of my head.
How big are they?
One's bigger than the other. It's like Orion's belt. Like one of them's the North Star, and then like the other ones are a little smaller.
I
But
got some nail clippers. We can knock that shit out, dude.
I don't know,
I
it
can
sounds
save you like
messy.
$1,200.
I know I need to go get it. Apparently,
It is gonna be messy, dude. But it's
gonna be
like
messy.
it's gonna be really bloody. But you're gonna be looking like you're gonna be able to shave.
yeah, I'll be able to shave. You know, it's funny. My whole life, barber shops have always been like really careful around. I can always tell when they're getting there. Like, oh, okay, here we go. Like they slow down. They're like having a groove. You know, they're shaving. You're doing what they do all day, just doing their job, and then all of a sudden they get to these moles.
And they go, "Oh my god, it's hideous! Oh my god, what is this?"
Yeah,
Yeah, they start throwing up on the back of your neck.
yeah. No, you can feel their hand get nervous. Like, okay, I got this, no problem. And I can feel their doubt. I can feel their doubt on the head as they.
Do you come from a
shave.
family of bald, or is it a
My dad's super bald, and my brother's
super bald?
same as me. Yeah.
Will actually suffers from a severe case of ACAB,
yeah.
What is that?
Yeah.
assigned cop at birth.
Assigned
Like
cop
up
at
at
birth.
birth,
Yeah.
I never heard of that side cop at birth.
Yeah, my
All
dad's a
cops
cop.
are babies.
Don't tell anyone, but my dad is a cop.
So your mustaches grew in like that?
I was just born to be looking
Will-
like a cop.
Will has never shaved his face. That's just what he's fucking Joe Dirt.
the mustache just came onto you when you were born, so.
Yeah, it came on. That's kind of a gross way to put it, but no, I think it's just genetics. My
sorry.
dad looks just like a cop, and that's what I look like. He is a cop. I just look like a cop.
What kind of cop is he?
I mean, you name it, he's been that kind of cop. He's been like a drug cop. He's been like a street cop. Right now he's working for like gangs. He's breaking up gangs. He's a lieutenant. He's the guy in the corner office now that goes, "Give me your badge, Carlson. You're acting out of line." He's that guy now.
You're off the case, and then he goes and solves the case.
He used to be that guy.
He's the
was
one that like shits on Will Smith and fucking Martin Lawrence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the guy at the corner office.
I like that.
Okay.
Yeah. He's a good cop. I mean, like I say, a good cop. He's arrested a ton of people, I think. Like he's like
Some of them guilty.
Exactly.
well, a lot
Most
of
of
them
them
are
are
real
innocent.
dirtbags. I mean, I'm sure my dad's done some things he wishes he had. Maybe now. You know, times have changed. But he came on.
We've all done that in a job. You know, we all make mistakes.
Yeah, like I work at I mill wood, you know, and so sometimes like I'll mill. Sometimes I'll cut too short, and I'm like, oh man, I cut all. Like, and so the problem is you set up a jig when you cut in too short, and so it's like, oh,
whoa, dude, come on, dude, with a hard
jig. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. The jig at work, and for woodworking, you know what it does. Look it up. You know, YouTube jigs. Anyways.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Oh, it's a thing. It's a wood jig. It's like a.
I know. Hey, yo, dude, you and your dad. I know you have a lot of words for a lot of people and stuff. It's cool, dude. It's whatever.
Sometimes when you cut too many at a short, like too short, you don't realize it sometimes till it's too late. Maybe your jig got off after your first cut with it. So you have to,
know, there is actually, jigs actually is a fucking.
Okay, I'm a woodworker, and we make woodworking. So I make a thing that I can cut the wood the same way.
You're not gonna gaslight. You're not gonna dog whistle on my show.
I'm not dog whistling.
Okay, so all of a sudden, Will needs to talk about woodworking on the show just so he can say jig 16 times.
Makes sense for the story.
Okay, like trust me, see me and my woke ass brothers. We know exactly what you're trying to do, and I'm not gonna be a part of your little troll campaign where it's like, oh, we're talking about my cop dad. We're gonna talk about jigs. Yeah, it's all good.
Well, the first time I was on here, we talked about Kanye's new song, so nothing else happened this week, so that's a good thing.
No, the first time you're on here, we talked about Lord of the Rings.
Oh, that was the second time, I think. It doesn't really matter. Sorry, but so when you're saying...
it doesn't really matter.
Well, I mean, for the story, we can get to our history later.
God. All right, whatever, that's cool.
So you make the mistake, right? So you make this honest mistake with your jig, you got it set up. You've cut...
Yeah, so you're talking about your dad setting up jigs and he's a cop? What the fuck are you talking about?
You're going to love it. Trust me, this is going to a great place. So you realize your mistake after you've already done some, right? You can't, what you have to do is you have to go back and cut new wood. You can't recut, there's no wood, you can't board stretch them, that's not a thing. So I imagine
once, measure twice.
I mean, yeah, exactly. So I imagine with the cop world, as the cultures change, they're like, oh crap, my jig was set wrong. Oh. And now I know it was an honest mistake, and I think that that's where I was going.
so I was fucking up your joke like an asshole. I'm sorry.
No, it was actually really awesome. No, I think that ruled.
Nah.
I think that was supposed to happen.
I like how you're scratching your legs together like a cricket. I fucking can't wait.
Yeah, well, I just natural. This is just the way white dudes that wear New Balance shoes sit. This is the way those guys sit.
Yeah.
Sign copy birth. Anyway, so yeah, my dad used to work with guys that were like, grew up during like the real gang days or whatever. So when he was like leaving, when he got there, the people that were like leaving were like, I think those guys were really bad. But I think I'm not gonna like say anything, but I think like they have gotten better. But like fucking, also I'm lefty or whatever. I don't know. Like I went to BLM march, dude. So I've done my, he's got his boots on the ground. I've got my boots on the ground.
You've done your reparations.
Yeah, I've done my time. I posted the black square like an idiot. Everyone said to post the black square, and then the next day
you were the guy. Of course you are. You're a nice guy. You're a nice guy.
I was thinking, I was like, I'll post the black square. It's just Instagram, whatever. It's no big deal. A little black square. That's fun. I want to, I was like, it's easy. What an easy way to perform. It's like such an easy thing. And then the next day they were like, you're trap card. You're an idiot. Actually sucks harder than saying you're for us. It's like, dang it. I look like I deleted it.
You're an official ally.
Well, I don't know. It just felt like it was the time. Everyone was stuck at home, COVID. I was like, it's a way to connect.
No, we're just bored. That's why.
I didn't think it would be like a trap card.
Did that.
I felt like an idiot. And ruin Alonzo's day, apparently, that I posted the black square. I didn't listen.
I'm literally what I'm trying to do is like log into this shit so I can pull up the chat so we can all look at what the chat's saying and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm having to do like producer shit while I'm listening. And I'm like leading him onto an actual like difficult discussion and just leaving him hanging. Like actually, I honestly don't care. I hope your dad killed more black people than he did.
He's never killed anybody. He's never killed. He's never killed a single person. He's not even shot I don't think he's even shot his gun. He's pulled it out a bunch of times, but brandished it, but he's never killed anybody.
That's nice.
And I would definitely know that because it'd have been,
But honestly, I did the black square thing. That was interesting because it did feel like I don't like being told what to do. You know what I mean? Right. It is a weird thing, but also I like the fact that Will he's one of those nice guys that you can tell like does his pronouns. He's like, well, that's what the new nice thing is. You're up on nice technology, like whatever the nice
technology.
Yeah, you're one of those like one of those guys that like I want the new Apple Watch and stuff. That's you with niceness and stuff like that. And I think that's really cute.
Yeah. Sometimes it's not good though, because sometimes people don't think I'm being nice; they think I'm being sarcastic. Like, and like that's my new fear is like I saw someone's like parent passed away and I like immediately asked them about it, like being genuine. They took it really well, but I was like, oh shit, I should have been so nice in that moment about like, but I knew it happened, so I'm just not gonna talk about it. Like you posted on your like, which is fine to post about your dead father or like dead parent on social media, but I felt bad because I was just what I was thinking about. I was like, oh, that's I had a friend whose parents just passed away, it's like it was on my mind, but it's the like one of the first things I said to them in a busy, crowded place. But I was like, oh, I was probably could have waited to say that, I was just thinking about being nice. So it's not, I don't have the technology always down. It has malfunctions.
All right. So you think that you could be nicer?
Always, dude. Yeah, I think sometimes, I'm not nice all the time.
All right, what about you? What about you, Warren? We got the sexy fucking sexual Warren, and I feel like you got a lot on your mind, dog.
Yeah, I got nothing on my mind. Will's a proud member of NISIS. I just coined that term. There it is. That's for everyone out there.
I'm a conversational terrorist.
NISIS.
NISIS.
So much. I like that.
It's very funny.
All right, so I guess I'll be the first one to say it. I think that this Charlie Kirk thing happened to distract against the Young Thug allegations, and I don't know if you guys are familiar with what happened to Young Thug, but I don't know. It's whatever people think about Charlie Kirk, but for real,
what did happen to Young Thug though?
What did happen?
Before we move on, what happened to Young Thug?
Yeah, I don't
well,
even
basically, he's been like they FOIA requested a lot of his prison calls.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and he's just been like snitching on everybody.
Oh,
like,
shit.
they found out he snitched on like the guy that shot up the tour bus, and he told the cops like, "Hey, if you guys need to talk to anybody, here's my number." And that was like years ago. And then they've been FOIA requesting all of his actual like jail calls when he was being being held for that whole YSL trial and all that.
Yeah.
And he's like talking shit about Future, Little Durk, like Little Baby, like he's just talking shit about all the people. Like,
I think he's innocent. I think it's all been framed.
and also he like admits to cheating on his girlfriend and getting another chick pregnant, and it's like then his girlfriend breaks up with him. It's like, dude, come on, like we all like if like if we weren't locked up and just had to talk, we wouldn't be caught up in some shit.
Yeah, I would say all sorts of things. I'm in jail. I'm not thinking right.
I'm trying to say like I talk shit about everybody. I talk shit about the people I love. I talk shit about my parents. Like that's what I'm saying. You find me on the wrong call. I'll be saying some mad shit about my mom, and I love my mom. It's like
Well, you're often mean.
I'll say mad shit to my mom.
I would too.
No,
that's beautiful.
I'm not afraid of her.
You're not afraid of your mom?
Yeah, dude.
I don't believe him.
No, that's honestly,
I was supposed to call her back 20 minutes ago. I forgot. Shit.
Yeah, dog.
I never talk shit to my
Fuck
mom.
mom now.
I won't.
I love my mother.
Shit, I should text her.
That is me and my mom used to have like really wild ass arguments back and forth with each other. We called each other very mean things. You know what I mean? And we'd be like yelling at the top of our lungs at each other. And then you grow up and you realize, oh, you can't, that's not like a healthy relationship to have with, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
anybody else in the world, that's actually like a bad, that like wasn't the right, but to you that's normal. It is like yelling and saying the worst thing you could think about somebody. Like I'm winning the conversation. I'm convincing them that I'm right because I'm so good at being offensive and hurtful.
Yeah,
I don't know, maybe that's just me.
Well, I think everyone's got a different, cultural background. Some communities, they are always loud, and so it seems like they're yelling. So you just have a different cultural background. That's how you and your mom communicate. Some
yeah, my mom.
I think chicks just talk loud. You ever like been at a family reunion? No, here's the weirdest shit. Whenever I go to a family reunion, it's so funny because there's a bunch of fucking the women over in the
that's hilarious.
Yeah, in like the nice like antique room. You know what I'm talking about, the sitting room and stuff. Yeah, when you're in white people land, you have a room just for fine furniture and sitting down.
Yeah,
and all the white people are going over there and they're going over the family albums, and all the men, they're in the TV room and they're watching TV. They're watching football usually.
Yeah.
And then they gotta keep on turning up the football game because the chicks in the antique room are talking too loud, and then it just becomes a fucking fight. Then basically you're playing the TV at 70. And then they're just because they don't ever want to, it's like a slow boiling frog situation between.
Usually the women are unaware of what's happening and they're just sort of naturally.
That's what I'm saying. Oh,
they're sort of unaware, and the guy's like all getting mad about it. He comes in and goes, what's going on in here? And they're like, we're just having fun.
Yeah.
I feel like that's usually what
we're
happens.
trying to hear each other over your goddamn TV game.
We're just having a blast of drinking margaritas.
Watching a game here. Your women are just yelling. You're yapping your mouths off.
Damn, dog. Bub just laid down the fucking law right there, dude. Yeah.
No, I think it's the men want silence, but I think the women are like, let's like not sit down and watch a game and let's all talk and hang out and enjoy each other's company.
That's how my family
while we're
is.
together, I think that the men have a problem of being like intimate and comfortable around.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that this
That's
is
100% true.
This is true. This is to broad brush.
If you want to ever like learn about good family drama, you go hang out with the chicks, and then they just like let a lot of cool shit slip.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, I think women want to fix things. They're fixers, so they're getting in people's life. Tell me about what's going on in your life. Let's come up with a plan right now at this Thanksgiving post dinner conversation over wine. We're gonna fix your problems. I think that's a lot of like aunts and uncles in my family are fixers, which is sweet. They love each other, but
all my family's loud, men and the women.
Nice. What about you, Warren?
All my family's quiet.
My mom's side of my family's just like,
no. We never had a parlor room. That's I'm. Did you grow up with a parlor room?
Every house I had a parlor room.
Yeah.
Well, actually, when I was growing, I grew up. It's so dope. I grew up with my family success actually. So it's like so when I was like born, my dad had just got like a good job with Hershey. You know what I mean? So
Hershey.
Yeah, my
Chocolate
dad.
company.
I barely know
she. Yeah, he was a fucking. He was an executive. He was like one of the top executives in Hershey. But he got through DEI. He got in it with DEI hiring, but because he was so like.
Wait, is your dad black?
No, he's Mexican.
Cantu, dude.
There's Alonzo, motherfucker.
His name's Alonzo Cantu.
That's all the Spanish he knows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just thought his real name is.
I thought it was all part of the act. I'm glad he made it to Hershey. She better be. I paid for it.
No, my old man's hilarious because he's like a hardcore Republican now. That his dad was an illegal immigrant. He got his
That's
job
how it goes.
Yeah, and shit. And he's like, "Yep, no more. Nobody else. Nobody else gets through." But
the DEI Hershey chocolate factor hire is awesome.
Yeah. So that's kind of one of your logos are overlap. Oh shit. Hey, thank you, Sandy. Apparently, all the logos hit at once. Oh shit! All right, call me now.
It's kind
Mel
of
Gibson called in.
Mel Gibson called in. Where is it?
It was one of the logos.
Yeah, this is Mel Gibson.
Oh,
Mel Gibson called in.
I have no idea where I had Mel Gibson in there. That must have been last
I
week's
think last
episode.
week you and Zach were watching. You guys ended it with the Mel Gibson tapes.
Oh, that's right.
After
You
harassed.
He had
Zach
never
all-
heard the Mel Gibson tapes before, which is like blew my mind. You've heard them, right?
Them.
Like which like the ones where
Where he
yeah, okay, the
Oksana.
ones, yeah.
His fucking
Yells at
ex-wife
his
Oksana
girlfriend,
or whatever. Yeah, she's like, "Oh, you didn't want to go to the jacuzzi." He's like, "I deserve to be blown before the jacuzzi."
I actually haven't heard that.
You never heard that?
I just heard like the Jew stuff right after he got arrested.
That's you never. Well, you never
old
actually
news,
heard
I
that
guess.
Jew stuff. Well, here's the thing. That was
yeah.
We don't
actually
need to play it again. You play it last week. The viewers give him a reason to go back. Give him a reason to go back. I mean, you're retelling it. I think better than the actual tapes are.
You're right.
Yeah, why don't you just quote him and then we'll
Call me now. Call me now.
Call me now. Call me now.
Yeah.
Fucking Miss Cleo.
Who's calling? No one yet.
Well, I don't know. I haven't actually even looked at the phone.
It was funny. You asked
so-
me before we got. I was telling you my wife doesn't really want to watch she doesn't watch these podcasts for whatever reason. You're like, where do I lose your wife? I want to try to find a way to reach out. And
Yeah.
it was funny because you started out the podcast just like screaming like a professional wrestler, and I was like, that's probably where where you lost her.
You think so?
and
Yeah,
then saying
probably.
women are too loud.
And women are too, but also, I don't think you should cater yourself to anybody, especially. I mean, my wife listens to Amy Poehler's podcast.
I like
Just
Amy
like-
Poehler.
Amy Poehler's great, nothing wrong with it. It's a fun little interview, but it's like it's great value. It's like almost a real conversation, but it's not. It's like a weird scripted conversation. It's fine. It's not a bad. It's silly. She's fun. I love her. Not a bad word to say about her, but like, it's not a podcast I would listen to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't listen to it either.
Well,
Yeah, Bob's not gonna listen to it either. Me and Bob are together on that one.
Exactly.
well, I appreciate
Amy
that,
Poehler.
but if I can get more bitches up, listening to the podcast and stuff, then like people are gonna be like, "Damn, Alonzo is successful." you know. And then if I'm successful, then I get money, and then then I get like people like want to book me for shows and stuff.
Right.
And then guys want to be on my show because like, damn, everybody's listening to it. All the bitches are listening to Alonzo's show and stuff, you know. And
do you think maybe calling them bitches maybe get like a good like first step? Like, don't call them bitches, maybe.
Maybe don't call them hoes.
I'm just thinking. I mean, don't shoot the messenger. I'm just brainstorming. You know,
Call them ladies.
Oh shit!
But maybe you don't want to change who you are, and I'm not saying to change, but what would you need to do?
Call them like slags.
That seems worse somehow. Like a new word.
Shit.
Is slags? I've never even heard. Is that like a real bad word? Is it like something you just made up? Because if something you just made up, it sounds like it's from like a video game, like a low level character you beat.
Like an old term for it.
So they don't like bitches?
No.
When did this happen?
Listen, I don't want to speak December.
This was December.
Probably last year, yeah.
It makes sense because I feel like I would have heard about it if it wasn't so recently, you know. But I've been busy with my own things.
Well, just like the family, some families communicate differently, different volumes. I think some women probably prefer different.
What about biatches?
Biatches, you might be able to get away with, you know. And like this is just women I know. Maybe there are women out there that are like, yeah, call me a bitch. Like they know thyself, you know. But
that's Alonzo's target.
Yeah,
if a woman doesn't want to be called a bitch, Alonzo doesn't want that woman.
Yeah.
And that's fine. That's fine.
That's weirdly true.
I really hit it. I really hit it.
Kind of like addition by subtraction, you know, is what it's a classic salesman technique that I apply to all my life choices.
That's a good idea.
No, but dude, I love fucking sluts. You know what I mean? It's just like, yeah, dude, yeah. Any coos out there is a fucking hole of mine. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
I do know what you're saying.
Yeah, you know, you get a gash up on the fucking airwaves or in the studio, and I'm just like, yo, that slit's fucking is a A-OK.
Yeah, and
kind of broad for me. You know what I'm saying?
What I see with you is like you have a lot of admiration for the female. You know.
Yeah, dude, a box in any fucking form is a fucking, you know.
I think that's awesome. It's like I feel like you're talking about your favorite painting at the Louvre. You know, the way you're describing it's. I love your admiration.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I think it's just probably a messaging issue if it's ever not going well. I think is the.
It's probably their problem.
It's probably well, I think communication's a 50-50 street. You know, I think you know.
Well, it takes two to tango. One
Correct.
Yep.
Have you ever met a woman that was you know, smart ever in your whole life?
I've met a lot of smart women.
A lot of women.
Oh, shit. That's so hot.
That's so hot. Yeah, a smart woman is more attractive. You know.
All right, guys, come on. Okay. I'm over here playing. I'm playing a great character actor. All right, hey, saying break scene. All right, we're back. We're back to the podcast.
I don't actually
guys,
not like women. That was all.
Alonzo loves women.
Yeah, I was the first one that said, "Hey, we should have sex with these bitches." All right, let's stop slapping them around and stuff like that.
And then the problem started.
Yeah.
It was after he said it.
I was exactly. Once we invented consent, I invented consent. That was me.
It was just your idea. You like unconsensually.
Alonzo was the first man to ask someone if he can have sex with.
Yeah,
Alonzo was the first.
I was the first one to ask, "Does this feel good?" And they're like, "No." I'm like, "Holy shit! What have I been doing with my life?" I'm just
fill out this survey at the end of the sex.
Yeah, dude, you guys don't understand. You honestly, you know what? We have a lot of really subversive comedy minds here. We have Bob, Dell, we have fucking William Chappell, we have Warren. You were the one that wanted to be on the show, Warren, really bad. I'm not trying to say that in a bad way, but I want to have the conversation possibly you want to have. Charlie Kirk, man. Let's talk about the Charlie Kirk thing. What's actually going on there?
Tragedy.
Well,
a tragedy.
Yeah,
I mean, yes. I guess so. Yeah, like that. Like, what does even a tragedy mean, though? But it's just like, yes,
something big. And bad.
Is that what it means? I want to look up what a tragedy means because I agree, but I don't even know what the word means. Go on. I'm sorry.
Yeah. What does tragedy even mean? That's been hanging out with those communists, dude, changing words up. Or
an event that causes great suffering, destruction, and distress, such as a serious accident, crime, or natural catastrophe. I could agree with that.
It's
tragedy.
Squarely.
Maybe it was an accident. Yeah. maybe we don't know. It's what 40, 50, 72 math. Hold on. How many hours since it? And we still know nothing. We still know nothing about the guy. Right? They did finally catch the guy.
Or maybe you just accidentally pissed on yourself, right?
Yeah.
Accidents happen is what you're saying, Bob.
Yes.
Yeah, accidents happen.
That's the tragedy, right?
Well, it's not tragic to piss. Well, is it tragic to piss on your pants a little bit and you don't realize it?
I think for the person, I think
Yeah.
for the
Yeah.
pisser, that's pretty. If I piss my pants in public again, I'd feel pretty bad about it.
And once you get older, then the piss ends up leaking in your pants. You know?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
And is this something that you've had happen to you, Bob?
a couple of times.
I'm sorry that happened.
It's just why does it happen when you're over
at least
the
your wife,
age, you
at least
know?
your wife and child didn't have to see it. You know.
Yeah, exactly. Because I don't have those.
Right.
You do.
Yeah.
It is tragic.
It is tragic.
Right now, we're in the heat of Charlie Kirk. We have people not wanting to talk about it. Let's fucking talk about it. No, let's straight up. So let's talk about it. So basically, we're in the midst of a civil war. I think so. What do you guys think? You think we're in a civil war yet?
Not yet, but
No.
I don't know.
I think
I
if-
disagree.
If it's a civil war, it's a civil Cold War.
Yes.
Do you think that Americans are so lazy we will never have a civil war again?
I don't think they'll ever attempt to have a civil war because
I don't think.
Just-
Yeah. I don't think things will get bad enough.
we're just too fat to do anything, you know?
I think as long as we have burgers, I don't think
Yeah.
there'll be a civil war. I think like we'll see a lot more. I mean, we already have seen like this isn't the catalyst. Like we've already seen political attack after political attack
Yeah.
since 2016 was the first one I can remember at the congressional baseball game.
Oh, yeah.
Scalise got shot, and he's still injured from it. And then since then, what else has there been? Nancy Pelosi's husband got attacked. You got those Democratic.
Wasn't that more like that wasn't political? I thought that was like more of a personal thing.
No, but no,
It's political.
it was political. The guy was schizophrenic.
I thought it was like a prostitute.
No, that was the narrative. That
Oh,
like,
okay, my
that,
bad.
but like
All
that
right, not bad.
that was the fucking right wing
cooler.
narrative, and
People forget about the Minnesota judge that got assassinated.
yeah.
Oh
I
yeah,
didn't
wasn't
know
there
that.
like an Epstein judge that got murked or some shit or like something like that?
It was a
There was
Democratic
some
judge
two
from
Democratic
Minnesota,
I believe two Democratic
It
lawmakers.
was two Democratic
And there was
lawmakers. I
more
know
that
about
were
a
gonna-
judge.
There was more on the list.
Wasn't
There's
there
a big list.
wasn't there
There
a
was a-
judge that got shot? Fucking, and it had something to do with Epstein or some shit. This was a couple
know.
years ago. Am I not wrong about that?
It's probably just a photo
Let's
that was
see.
shot of them together or something.
Because
Partying.
I feel like there was some fucking crazy. Go on. He was like a men's rights activist. Remember? He was like a
Who
men's
cares?
rights activist that killed a judge.
It sounds
I-
like,
look it up.
it
One
sounds
second.
pretty
I don't know.
unmanly
Yeah.
to murder.
Let me make this up real quick.
Maybe that's the
go on,
most manly.
Finish your conversation. I'll bring this up. Trust me, because I think you guys will remember. I think it'll actually.
Warren's just saying
There's
there's
like
been a-
memory hold. Actually, one
it's-
second.
People say this is the first act of violence like this, but it's been going like there was literally political assassinations, which Charlie Kirk's a political guy, but
His was certainly the biggest, and you can't discount like biggest as
Absolutely.
far as like his audience was.
Roy
So
Den Holler.
that sounds like
You
a
guys
fake
don't remember
ass-
him?
I
sounds
barely
like
know
huge
her.
ass.
I don't know.
barely know her.
Holler.
I'll let your boy.
Holler, she's my sister.
All right, check this out. So here's the shooter. He the federal judge. All right, let me see.
Yeah, there's been a lot of, I think what Warren's saying, you should keep saying things, but I think there's been a lot of political violence that we've seen over, like January 6th happened. There's been,
Oh yeah.
I think to say this is the first, I think it's, like you said, a big one because a lot of people loved Charlie Kirk. And it was so,
It had a huge audience.
and the video, I think having the video, like if he had just died at night, like by poisoning, it would be a big deal, but like, that sounds like silly or whatever, but just the fact that it was, everyone watched, I watched the video,
Watched
Yeah.
it.
horrible.
It was
It's awful.
Yeah.
JFK in 4K. Is like,
Yeah,
it's like
JFK.
we like have JFK's
Funny.
The
It's
Zer-
footage, and like
Yeah.
you can watch the Zapruder film, but it's like
But nobody.
it's so you can't really make it's fucking the 60s. You
Yeah.
can't make shit out.
yeah.
Nobody filmed his death. That's the thing. Like
They filmed his death. Well, he
well,
was taken to the
that
hospital.
Footage. That's the only thing. But I mean,
Yeah.
like with
What?
Charlie Kirk, I mean, people were
Everyone was filming.
Angles all
filming
over.
it,
Yeah.
it was on
crazy.
X. Yeah.
It was very rare. Yeah, it was pretty
Just
rare for
fuck-
them to catch.
It just
Like, there was only one angle of JFK.
Wouldn't it be so cool if like
Awful.
if they discovered that he was like Superman and like the bullet just bounced off his neck and we had all these like shots and stuff and he
Would've
had to
been cool.
admit he's like, okay guys, I guess I actually am an alien from a different planet and I'm just more powerful than everybody else.
That would have been cool.
It would have been cool,
A lot
right?
less sad,
I know
you
that's not what
Yeah.
happened, obviously, but I'm just saying that wouldn't that have been
That
cool?
would have been cool. It would have been a lot less sad. I think that's nothing wrong with imagining a cooler scenario. I wish he wasn't
Maybe in a
shot
different
dead, he was an
universe,
alien,
yeah.
Yeah, I'm the bad guy for wanting it.
Bad guy. No, I don't think you're the bad. I think that's nice. That's what we'll tell his kids.
I guess what I don't like, right, is the laundering of his reputation from everyone, from liberal media too. It's like he obviously didn't deserve it, but for CNN to go on and not the one news anchor to call him a controversial figure is now fired. Which I think is he was controversial. At the very least, he was controversial. And I a week ago I would have said I despise the guy, but now that does feel wrong to say now that he's dead. But it doesn't change the things he's said.
Yeah, it doesn't change what his views were.
Yeah.
Well,
he doesn't deserve to die for that.
Yeah.
He doesn't I don't think even if we were in an actual civil war, like a lot of people think we are, I don't think Charlie Kirk is an appropriate target. Even if it was all out, but he's at the end of the day, I guess, a journalist,
But then again, I don't like him, what he talks about. But the one thing I liked about him was that he brought a lot of people together. As far as he brought a lot of the left or liberals to debate him.
War brings a lot of people together too.
A lot of bad guys brought people together.
Here's my thing
Taylor
about
Swift.
that. So when it comes to deserving to die, I think that's kind of a silly thing to say. It's who deserves to die kind of thing. Also, just the idea of okay, he was a cultural warrior and he died in a cultural war. So it's just all right, he was a casualty of culture war, which he was considered to be the greatest cultural warrior. It's all right, well, isn't that kind of what you were okay? Then another thing too, it's just when it comes to just any kind of war, because he was saying, oh, I don't believe that Palestine's a real place. That was the thing. He's I don't believe that Palestine's a real place. Okay, so where did the Jews invade? Whatever you want to call that place. Whatever that place was that they invaded. Okay, we're going to get into the semantics of what the place is called as opposed to actually what's happening. He was one of those guys that was okay, let me use weasel words so I can justify actual violence. And that's the thing. So that's just that one thing. But also, I just don't like a wormy, smarmy, I think black people are inferior, but he's not going to say it. It's just say that you think that black people are inferior. You know what I mean? And for what reason? So we can actually argue that. But he wants to be no, I'm anti-DII or I'm anti this kind of stuff. And it's just
I don't like the Civil Rights Act.
All right, that's what I'm saying.
Which isn't because I'm racist. It's because black people were better off as slaves. That's what he said. But he's not racist.
There's an argument to be made for that, but he doesn't want to actually make the argument of a black separatist movement and Black Wall Street and what actually does. There are arguments to be made about cultural separation and actually. But here's the thing: every time that they do that, then the government comes in there and fucking subverts their shit and fucks it up. You know what I mean? One way or the other. It's like a slow opium wars. When they're selling, we all know about Contra, right? When they're selling crack to the fucking black community to fund fucking wars and shit. So we know that the government does this. So it's a fucking very silly thing for Charlie Kirk to act he was a 31-year-old guy. Yep. That actually what blew my mind the most is he's a 31-year-old guy, because I honestly think he could have had a Malcolm X moment, because Malcolm X was saying a lot of crazy ass Charlie Kirk ass shit when he was fucking. No, honestly, dude, if you're right. If you look at early Malcolm X versus when Malcolm X actually got killed, he did have a fucking change. I feel like Charlie Kirk could have had a change, but I also don't. This is just the conspiracy guy in me. I don't necessarily think that fucking that he was killed because of an actual thing. I think apparently, I don't know. I think it'd be very easy for the government to say, let's kill Charlie Kirk so people start talking about Israel, people start talking about Trump, people start talking about all this kind of shit. But also I think that there's been so much violence in America that we become so desensitized to it that there is going to be some kind of breaking point at a certain point. And I think that we're just living at this breaking point of okay, we were raised that the revolution was the one thing that broke us away from England. So we're raised on this weird thing oh, we have to fight against oppression. But every time anybody fights against oppression, that's the wrong oppression. Yeah. You actually can't fight against that oppression that way because whatever. No, that's all I'm saying. It's so what we were raised one way, it's well, actually, we have these guns so we can one day have a revolution. But anytime anybody uses a gun to have a revolution, they're not that way, guys. We all have to vote. We'll have to have a vote with the Congress, and the government can also. The president can say, "Hey, guess what? We're going to do a military action, so he can do it when he wants to, and also he can't get in trouble when he does a fucking." So we're going to kill Saddam Hussein for doing the same shit that fucking George Bush did. But that's what I'm saying. It's like, okay, when a military leader is in trouble for their fucking rhetoric and stuff, why are we murdering them? So it's like, okay, Charlie Kirk will say that he's the fucking leader of his political party, and if they do fucking military shit, he shouldn't be he shouldn't be responsible for his rhetoric. So that's what I'm saying. Hitler didn't kill no Jews. Hitler didn't kill no fucking Jews, but he fucking definitely talked about a lot of like. I know Charlie Kirk never said let's kill some Jews, but also if you look at Hitler's speeches, never like outright said let's kill some Jews, but he like kind of made it seem like the ultimate ending.
It's kind of like when I was growing up, people said, you can be whatever you want, Will. And then I became an artist. And they were like, not like that. And they're like, you can do whatever you want, Will, just not that. And I became a musician. And they're like, no, not like that. And they're like, you should join the trades. And then I joined the trade. And they're like, not that one. So it's like, you never said not.
I think I get what you're saying, but it's
you were saying earlier, you're like, you were saying like, it's like, we have a revolution. Not that kind of revolution.
No, I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's like, no, it's. I agree. It's like there's the false. It's the lottery principle. It's all lottery tickets that we're buying. Oh, like yes, we live in a society where this could possibly happen. You know what I mean? But the actual realization of seeing it is so disgusting to the common person, and it's not even necessarily because of the violence, because we don't care about violence. We obviously don't care about violence. What we care about is having the wrong opinion. We care about being alienated from the other person, and we also care about like things like South Park not coming out next week because now they got to pull down the Charlie Kirk episode. It's like I'm more annoyed by that than the whole fucking death of this guy, because it's just like, well, then I don't get to get my little fucking jiggles and my fucking happiness. But it's like that's all I care about. That's all Charlie Kirk cares about. He doesn't care about black people and their fucking their happiness. He cares about white people and their fucking happiness. So it's like, okay, if you just decide, okay, all I care about is my people and how I fucking feel about shit, then just fucking own it and stop acting like, oh, I'm just being a Christian. It's like, no, you're just using Christianity as a cudgel to fucking just justify, oh, okay, women shouldn't have rights because God said so. Hey, I'm not saying women shouldn't have rights. It's fucking this guy over
I'm bummed
here.
about it. Listen, I'm just as mad about it as you are.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm trying to find the guy who did this,
We should talk about this together, guys. Figure this out.
But until then, you guys can't do anything.
Yeah, exactly. But until then, we should make laws. Something is like,
Trust me.
Trust me, I'm a dog.
yeah. It's
A lot to unpack, though. I mean, I think.
Well, I'm saying it really isn't, because we killed a president. So why is it so weird that we would kill a fucking some guy?
They did.
I think. Well, here's the thing. I do think
me, Bob, Will.
As a guy that does acid, I think that we're all just one organism.
Allegedly.
You know what I mean? That's just like kind of doing shit to each other. Yeah, exactly.
But that's I think that's also a good point. Like it's the fallout of all this. That's like we didn't know who we didn't have the shooter's name. We knew nothing about the shooter for 48 hours, and it's already. They did this. They can't believe they did this. We are now at war with them. Who is they? Who is them? Like we still know, and now we finally know the guy's name. It's like we can talk. I have no idea. Like this guy's leanings. Yeah, but and like the things that were written on the bullet. Like when it first happened, I as like someone on the left, like I was like, yeah. I mean, first instinct, I think it's a reasonable assumption for a person to be like, the shooter was probably left-wing, probably disagreed with him. I think it's highly irresponsible for journalists and especially the president to say it's left-wing before you know.
My whole thing is like there ain't no left-wing person that has that good of aim.
That
was my first shot that I'm like, this.
That
guy
was a lot of the rhetoric. That was a lot of the rhetoric.
No, seriously, I was like, my whole point was this guy was mad that he wasn't racist enough. That was like, wouldn't it be funny if that was the truth? And then it was the fucking truth.
I think that's the truth.
And I'll say we still don't know, but that's I think that's what it's looking like. But like I think you need to maintain skepticism until
Yeah.
But they say it's like an Antifa guy did it. But can Antifa even shoot a gun? I mean, I'm serious. I mean,
no, it's not that. It's like I mean, I'm sure
I knew some left wing people in the army. Like in 134 meters, you have to know how to shoot a gun. You have to know how to zero it, and it's a shot anyone with like a week's training could hit like 6 out of 10 times.
Right.
But it's I think the main thing that people have this like weird disposition with is, first off, they're also trying to scare people into saying, oh, if you feel that Charlie Kirk wasn't a martyr, then you're going to be tracked by the Pentagon.
That's the and that's the other thing that's really pissing me off.
Everybody can make fun of George Floyd. Everybody can make fun of literally anybody that dies, but the second that you make fun of one of their guys or whatever, sometimes it's like it just feels like, I don't know. It just
the narrative that this was an attack on free speech is,
it's dumb.
Let's put it this way. Okay, my point is this: like, people go, "Oh, you were just saying his opinion." It's like, I guarantee if there is a guy out there that's like, "I should be allowed to rape your," I'm not saying that this is what Charlie Kirk was saying, but if you're like out there saying, "I should be allowed to rape your children," actually the age of consent should be 12, and also, it's like, hey, does a kid have like physical? Like you could make a lot of like crazy pro pedophile arguments, you know what I mean, based off of biology, based off of fucking history, based off of Greek philosophy, based off of Chinese philosophy, based off of all these different cultures. You can make pro pedophile arguments, but if one of those guys got shot in the neck, with people like, he was just making his opinions, he was just
free speech,
he was just like, oh, he was just whatever and all that. It's just like if a NAMBLA guy got shot in the neck, nobody's gonna go fucking trip out about it, but it's because there are so many people that believe that black people are inferior and that fucking that if you are raped you should still keep a baby to term. It's like the thing is like the whole thing about just like abortion too. It's just like, dude, we kill people so much. Like why would we care?
Kill them before they're people.
Like, here's my thing. I feel so bad.
I agree.
I feel like I have a worse abortion opinion. So I'm like, if a baby accidentally dies within the first year, it shouldn't be that big of a crime. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like it should be I don't know, 9 months after the birth, and then 9 months before the birth. I think it should be
a crapshoot. Yeah.
It's like, because like everybody, if
babies, really lemon policy, right? That's what they call it in car world. You should have a lemon period.
A lemon period.
This baby should have been done. Yeah. This one doesn't work, right?
That's what I'm saying.
But like you're saying are you saying there is a threshold where, and you're not necessarily saying that Kirk passed it, but there is a threshold where it's like, yeah, of course this guy had it coming in like a way. Like, well, I don't think he did.
Anybody has it coming, but I'm saying if you go and fight a war, if you're a cultural warrior, if you are like, if their whole brand is I'm in the culture war, I'm a cultural warrior.
Yeah.
And then you die a warrior's death. It's just like, if you became a soldier, if you go fight for Iraq or whatever, and you die, it's like we all feel bad. You know what I mean? But it's also like, well, you also were a millionaire. You're like a multi-millionaire, and it's like, it's like you lived a better life than anybody else, and you wanted to go argue with college kids and try to like brainwash them into thinking that like
he wanted to groom and indoctrinate them.
Exactly what I'm saying. You're talking about groomers. Okay, so you only focus on like, young people. They're like, everybody's like, oh, he was so popular with young people. Okay, that's like that's a good thing. Like, all right, whatever.
So is Taylor Swift.
He went on.
Yeah, it's like we want to change. We want to indoctrinate the youth so they can change the world. And it's just like that's all the left wanted to do. That's literally all everybody wants to do. But the second that's what I'm saying is like, I don't know. It's just.
Wild.
And also, here's my thing. I don't need every comedian to come out and make a reel about why this is about freedom of speech. Because also, comedy isn't about freedom of speech. Comedy is about freedom of comedy. It's about freedom of making things funny. It's not about I can say whatever I want to and then say, hey, I'm doing it as a comedian. It's like, no, it's trying to say whatever you want to be funny.
You have to find it funny, or
at least you're trying to be funny. It's like, and you can't just go, oh, hey, like, and just like throw in a fucking pun and go like, well, I'm just doing a joke. It's like, no, you're fucking not. No. It's like, I know. Dude, I actually felt really bad because I was hosting open mic recently. And it was like every comedian had a girl beating joke. And I'm like, dude, but it was so weird. All of them had a punchline about beating women. And I was just like, fuck. I was just like, man, Maron might have a point a little bit. Like,
I was just trying to bring up Mark Maron too. Yeah, that fucking.
It just felt bad because I was just like, everybody had the joke about trans people and also like, and just like beating women, or just like, or it's like, and it's like,
they probably never even beat a woman too, which is.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah,
I'm not saying they stolen valor. It's just stolen valor. I'm just saying, like, these guys are people that live in their houses all the time and watch YouTube shorts and Kill Tony, which is a cool show, fun show. But like that's what they're just ingesting all this all the time. They're not having their own experiences. They're just writing like beating wife jokes, beating like lady jokes, but they've never beat a lady. Which I'm not saying it should be
sucks
ladies.
when that becomes
They're just making stuff up.
When that becomes the see you later alligator of our comedy thing. You know what I mean? It's like after a while, crocodile, see you later alligator.
Beat
you
your
know?
wife.
Yeah,
Happy life.
Those tend to be like just bar jokes that people
That's
tell.
what I'm saying. It's like it sucks when like
Yes.
that used to be in between tags
'Cause
that you would do like like whatever, and now it just became like, oh, that's actually just my material. That's what's so funny
Yeah.
when people are like, oh, this person stole my street joke. That's the most
I
hackiest
hate
street
that.
joke
Oh,
that
yeah.
was
I
made
hate
like
that.
20 years ago.
Yeah, someone I don't want to name any names, but like there was a guy who was talking about like, yeah, he's been stealing my jokes. Like I was like, well, what jokes? He was like, well, I got some jokes about like how I'm not gay, but then I say a lot of things that are like sort of gay. I was like, yeah, that's every single.
And I won't eat pussy because it's gay. Sorry, did I give it away?
I got a lot of jokes about like how girls with like weird color hair are like crazy.
Yeah.
Don't call me old fashioned. Yeah. I'm turning into my dad. What are you, a commercial for Geico? Yeah, that's the thing. Is it's just it's a shame. It's a shame. People don't write about their own lives because they don't have any. So they just make up these imaginary sexual fantasies and.
What the fuck is this? Wait a second. This is like this is wait a second. What? Go on. Wait. What?
I feel like we're all on the same page.
Yeah, we're on the same page. You would just like fucking come up with their own sexual fantasies and
Well,
shit.
I've heard comedians describe sexual encounters that have not happened.
Oh yeah, we're just like, all right, I'm on this dating app and this chick's like, let me eat your asshole. I'm like, hey baby, I'm like, this is some fat guy. You're like, hey, I'm not gonna let you and your best friend eat my asshole over here.
Lady, stop!
I'm a
please.
straight guy over here. What? I'm a
Straight man.
So there I was having sex with two broads. You know, it's
Yeah.
like it's like bags of sand from Steve Carell and 40-Year-Old Virgin. That's what I think it's like. It's like
they're saying with the whole Zach. It's the same as like what the funny.
No
Oh my
names.
god, I didn't. Did I tell you about the Zach? So Zach. Oh my god.
Zachariah.
Zachariah. Is that what his name is? Zach
Zachariah
Myers.
is
Yeah.
an awesome
Let's call him
name.
Charlie.
Yeah, he sent me a message and he was all like, "Oh, look at this chick that hit me up after I said I don't like eating pussy." And it's not like even a chick that you'd be proud of. You know what I mean? It's not a chick that you're like, "Oh wow, she's really into you." It's
A
like,
win's a win, you know.
that's what I'm saying. He's like, see, the philosophy is. It's like he's like the Kirk. He's like the fucking Cameron, whatever. He's like Charlie Kirk. He's like, see, I got a. My rhetoric is getting people following.
There's always going to be one. There's going to be one person.
He's gonna get shot in the neck for saying, "I don't eat pussy." It's like, oh no.
I think if you're talking about how you don't,
He just said he didn't want to eat pussy.
you don't perform oral sex on women. I think there's probably a lot of women out there like gays at a bar when a straight guy walks in, like, I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get him to eat me out. You know, I think that's what it is. It's like,
that's
I'm gonna-
actually.
I'm gonna blow him so good. He's gonna go, okay, fine. I have to return. That's what these women are probably like.
You
that.
think so?
Absolutely.
Dude, these fucking sluts.
Well, no, hold on. They're like, to me, they're like oral sex vigilantes in that regard because men should, if you're,
Hey, I'm not saying it in a bad way. You know, I'm a slut. You know, I'm just saying like, oh yeah, I like a female slut because they're
yeah, we should have
exciting.
different. We should have different branding.
go on
you know?
adventures and
I call
shit.
them oral sex vigilantes. You call them sluts.
Sexual
we're this-
adventurers,
Okay, here we
sexual
go.
conquistadors.
Conquistadors. Okay, they're
Adventures.
conquerors.
Conquistadors. Yeah.
What'd you call them?
Adventures, but I like Bob's answer better.
What do you say?
Conquistadors.
Conquistadors.
Conquistador. What?
Conquistadors.
Make some
yeah.
Spanish.
What did you say?
Conquistadors. Yeah, conquistadors. Yeah.
Dude, your mustache is really flaring right now.
Yeah.
That's dude. It's like a Mexican more than I've ever seen it.
I'm part Mexican.
Dude,
So,
I think
yeah.
you should be one of those just like El Jefe Mexican guys. You know?
Well, that's what I call my grandfather is El Jefe.
No, that's what we call you now.
All right, sweet.
El Babe.
El Jefe.
El Jefe. I like
El
that.
Jefe.
El Jefe Del Bosque.
El
All right.
Dell.
So, did we figure out the Charlie Kirk thing? What he had it coming, basically. But
No, I don't think. we know
Said
what's
you
up.
had it coming.
I don't want to get on the.
Yeah.
I don't want to go on the Pentagon thing too. But I got to get two people to get me off the list because it's like they already put me on the list.
Putting you
on the list?
We'll put you on the
What?
list.
Who's on the list?
This whole thing was to distract from the Epstein list. I think that's.
Dude, honestly,
on the
well, that
Epstein
and
list?
Israel and the Ukraine. It's
That's
like,
yeah.
and dude, also here's my little bit. You guys
We
seen
talk
The
about the
Wire?
theories.
You guys watched The Wire before?
No.
Oh my god. Okay, if you guys are watching
Michael
The
B.
Wire,
Jordan.
Yes.
Yeah, let me show you exactly what happened. Let me show you what happened after Charlie Kirk got killed. Playing this one scene, I'll tell you who
Will we get
everybody is.
copyrighted again?
We probably will.
This happened last time we tried to do the Lord of the Rings podcast.
You guys just tried to stream the entire Lord of the Rings.
Well, we
you
were just
can't.
putting the
We're
back.
talking over it.
It's it's another attack on the freedom of speech.
It is.
I mean, like we weren't even like showing the whole thing. I think we were talking over it, and we were showing like little pieces of it, like here and there.
Score up to 60%.
Score up to 60% off this podcast. You should start making people pay for this. This is good stuff. You can't give this away for free. What are you, Jesus Christ? Come on, man. You can't be. You
I
gotta.
don't know why we don't have a Patreon for this.
I do have a Patreon, motherfucker.
Bob, the number 2. That you're the Andy Richter. What's the guy's name on Conan?
Andy Richter. I barely knew her.
Richter.
Is it Andy Richter? Yeah, that's a great last name. You like the Andy Richter? You don't know you have a Patreon?
I don't.
He doesn't even know that this is live.
He doesn't know he's doing it now.
I have a Patreon, but I don't use it.
Why do you have a Patreon?
Subscribe to other people's Patreon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an account. Yeah, you have an account. Yeah.
It's account, yeah.
Yeah. I follow a lot of people. I haven't been making any money yet, but they sure know how to take my money.
You gotta spend money to make money,
Exactly.
That's awesome. That's true. I never thought about that. I'm probably gonna get a Patreon later.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna start. I was thinking about doing another separate podcast. So.
Oh, do you want to talk about this?
Oh my God, you piece of shit! Really?
Oh, shit.
Dude.
That's what happens every time people get on this podcast. They're like, "This ain't that hard."
I gotta do this.
But this is completely different. This is about me like getting with people and watching B-rated movies. That's about it.
And we're about to watch The Wire. All right. Let's
Yeah.
Which is not a B-rated movie.
It's one of the best pieces of American television.
It's just this one scene, which is like my favorite. So Marlo in The Wire is my all-time favorite. Like,
I have to pee.
please pee, because I gotta let this shit connect. So it might take a little bit. But Marlo from The Wire is my all-time favorite. Like movie villain. Even from Alonzo from Training Day, whose actual name is Alonzo. I like want to be Marlo way much more. He's just a crazy sociopath that just doesn't give a fuck. Let me see. Come on. It's like connecting. Oh, actually, you know what? It'd probably help. Yeah. Let me just open it up there. That'd probably actually connect now.
Be nice if you had it on VHS.
That'd be beautiful.
That'd be cool.
How you been, Warren?
It is a VHS, right? You have a VHS.
Good.
I have a VHS player.
Good.
It's not
Yeah.
fire
For
on the
those
VHS.
for those just listening, Alonzo Cantu does have a combo DVD and VHS player.
It is very nice. See, here's the cool thing: the audience can actually see the scene that I'm playing right now.
We're gonna get pulled down though for copyright.
It's already
Is
getting
it
pulled down.
Is it already getting pulled down?
Yeah, I'm saying. I think
Alonzo
that
said-
this is what's gonna hide the Charlie Kirk shit that I said.
Hold on, I don't think it's gonna get pulled down.
We're gonna get
automatically.
canceled.
Free speech is
The
not
party of free speech trying to cancel us.
Jeez, if we get canceled, that feels like metaphorically the same thing as Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk getting shot in the neck. If we get canceled,
It's on the same
we're
level
next.
for sure.
Holy shit!
Well, since this is coming down, I'm just going to speak freely now.
Yeah, do it.
I think. I'm just kidding.
I think the Civil Rights Act was a mistake. Taylor Swift should submit to her husband.
Yeah, she should stop
Dude,
doing all those songs.
You started making takes like this, we could actually make a podcast.
We could make some fucking money.
Yeah, man, we gotta just
Dude,
sell.
there
out, dude.
there is a power vacuum right now is what it is.
We need to be the new Charlie Kirk.
That's what this is about.
Well, someone
Jesus
asked.
Christ, are you okay? Are you okay? Hold on, are you okay?
Should we be concerned?
You got attacked by the woke left.
Dude,
Yeah, you just got Charlie Kirk. What happened?
Trisha Jameson. It'd
That's
be
the
like
clip.
it'd be like fucking Kentucky Deluxe, like fucking.
We should
Did
take
you
this
poison
down.
me,
We
dude?
can't-
I think Bob put some fucking North Korean shit.
No, wait. I don't think we should let this podcast be taken by copyright. We should make a decision not to play this, or maybe just play it for us. Is there a way
Is
to
this
do
worth
that?
it?
Is it worth? This is gold. I mean, what I just saw was like the Legends of the Fall level cinema, and so
Okay, well I can just turn. Okay, guys. Okay, guys, look up this.
Look-
The
yeah, look it up. Yeah, there
Wire.
you go.
Marlo dismantles the co-op. I'll just play the audio so you guys can watch it, but I just want to play it so we don't get struck.
will the audio alone get struck
No,
too?
it's
How does
just the
that work?
video plus the audio.
I didn't need to be a lawyer for this conversation.
And
I feel like.
also, I don't think that this one scene would do it, but fuck it, let's do it. Donald Hughes canceled. Y'all know you don't make money. Who's Donald Hughes?
Donald Hughes, I'm going to cancel you. I'm
Hey,
going to come
Donald
find
Hughes.
you. Donald, who cares is what I always say.
Donald Hughes, go up, look up Marlo dismantles the co-op. So this is what happened right after Charlie Kirk got killed. Watch this shit. Right after Charlie Kirk got killed, I'm going to tell you exactly who all these characters are, all right?
Tell you one thing.
What's that?
Motherfucker who's got the connect, he the one that did Joe.
Joe is going to be Charlie Kirk in this line. Okay, so Charlie Kirk is Joe, prop Joe in this.
No doubt.
And also Marlo is Ben Shapiro.
This is a good video. We should make this skit. We should do this. Be edgy.
Donald Hughes, I've seen it, bro. Well, then fucking watch it, bitch. Donald Hughes, motherfucker. Don't be talking shit to me, motherfucker.
This is Donald Hughes, guys. On one.
Donald Hughes.
Yo, dude, I know Turning Point took some hits. 1 second. That's what he said. I know
the co-op took some hits. Joe, Hungry Man, good people, especially Joe. Their passing was for real cold-blooded. I know what you're thinking, so I'm gonna put it out there. I'm responsible.
You got Candace Owens, Steven Crowder, all the fucking grifters right around the table and stuff. You got the guy from Fresh and Fit. He's there too.
Niggas so back.
And they are meeting in a La Quinta Inn. that is
100%, yeah.
That is one for one.
Faggot ain't have hard enough to come at me, so he come at those close to me. Now, I'm doubling the bounty. 100 large for a whiff of that dick suck. 250 for his head.
Ooh. What about the connect?
I got that covered.
Talking about the Jews.
And as a matter of fact, I'm gonna take it upon myself to conduct this meet. Slim, I want you to take over Hungry Man's slice of the cake.
Candace Owens.
Meaning no disrespect, but I ain't cut out to be no CEO.
It's true. Candace would say that.
They got rid of DEI.
Cheese then.
Steven Crowder.
No problem.
Steven Crowder.
Got you covered.
With the man.
Until we
Does he
settle
die
up
next
with
episode?
Omar, I think it's best we suspend these meets.
Does he?
In fact, I ain't really one for meets no how.
I bet Charlie
Anybody
Kirk
got a
hated
problem
this
from here
show.
on out? Bring it to me or sit on that shit.
Here's the line.
Those of you on the west side who need to re-up, holla at my man Monk. You gonna handle supply over there. On the east side, cheese. One
What
more
are
thing.
these?
It's like this.
Price of the brick going up.
Right there, 1 second. This is my favorite line.
One more thing. Price of the brick going up.
Price of the brick going up.
The brick going up.
That's right, dude. Do you know Ben Shapiro's charging double for his fucking speaking charges after this whole fucking thing, dude? You know all those people are charging double for security and shit like that? You know they're fucking milking this shit. All right, let me see.
Yeah.
Donald Hughes.
Definitely a big moment.
All I know is you played with Yu-Gi-Oh cards and Beyblades at way too old an age, and don't fuck with me.
I haven't played with a blade with a Beyblade for like a year, man.
I haven't either.
And,
Yeah, I've been on Beyblades for a year now, dude.
Donald Hughes, why don't you call in, dog?
Yeah, Donald Hughes needs to call in, dude. This is a
Donald
phone
Hughes
number
needs
right
to
here.
call in.
Hughes, baby.
Call me now, 210-284-2552. Call me now, Mr. Hughes.
Call me now. Call me now.
Call me now. Call me now. But that is true, though.
That is
I
true,
didn't play with Beyblades. I had Yu-Gi-Oh cards back when those were first hot and shit.
I like Yu-Gi-Oh.
I like that shit.
I never did Beyblades until like a couple of years ago, and then I hit it and I quit it.
Let's fucking hit.
Got in, got out. Some people, they get stuck on Beyblades. It's kind of like you do it for 2 weeks straight, and then you take a break, and then you're back on for like 6 months.
It's an epidemic.
Keep your toes,
Not
dog.
like cocaine.
You heard of Pogs?
Whoa. Perfect ass white chicks.
No, Pogs.
Girls, my bad, with the G.
They're the original Beyblades.
You said bitch, but you said girls would be in the
Yeah.
the acronym.
Yeah, exactly.
was Donald Hughes calling
I
it?
say perfect ass white bitches.
Alright, I guess
Did I
I'm a
say
little too
bitches
old
again?
for
Did I say girls?
I definitely thought you said chicks.
Chicks. Okay,
Yeah,
there you
yeah.
go. Thank
You
God.
said
It'd be funny if I
wrong.
said
He
bitches.
said pox.
Pogs.
Pox.
Pogs.
I think you might have said.
POGs.
I could be having one of those false memories, but it felt like you said bitches. But
POGs.
You know what?
POGs.
So it's Donald Hughes is going to call in.
Ben Shapiro wants to call in. Fucking
Yeah.
call. Everybody can call in, dude.
I doubt it.
Donald Hughes don't want to call in because
I'm too
he's
old.
what you call. He's not as brave as Charlie Kirk.
He's
Let's put it that
disgruntled.
way.
He's a warrior.
Yeah,
He's
he's
a-
not as brave as Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk would have called in. Charlie Kirk would have called in right a fucking way.
Yeah, he would have killed us with facts. You know.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I would see if it was me. And if I wanted to kill Charlie Kirk, I would have killed him with facts and logic.
Yeah.
I would have shot him in the neck with rhetoric and clever fucking retorts and shit.
I would have killed him with kindness. You know.
No.
Say really nice things. To him.
Donald Hughes is calling in. Yeah, motherfucker.
Come on, man.
What's up, Donnie?
What's up, Al? How you doing?
Chilling, man. What you up to?
Yard work.
Why are you calling me
Yard work?
Al? My name's Alonzo.
Al, bro. I called you Al.
How do you know me, Al? How do you know me as Al?
But hold on, okay.
What?
Hold on. You're like really quiet.
What? I'm
You're
really
doing
quiet.
yard work. Maybe you should stop doing yard
Yeah,
work.
maybe you should turn off the weed eater.
Hold on. I can't hear you.
Turn off the fucking yard work equipment.
I'm doing yard work.
Okay,
Let me
no,
call
that
in
was
a
the
podcast.
motorcycle.
Mow my lawn, man.
You sound
What's
better,
up, man?
right? You can hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
You know me as Al, for real?
Yeah, for real, for real.
So back in Siloam
cap.
days?
What's up?
Back in
No, I'm
Siloam?
talking like, bro, I'm talking like,
Houston, you're talking about Houston, Texas
I'm
days.
talking about H-Town, baby. H-Town,
Yo!
man.
You actually did play Yu-Gi-Oh cards and fucking Beyblades with me, motherfucker. How did you find me?
No, I didn't, bro. I never played Yu-Gi-Oh! A day in my fucking life.
I
That's
only played
fucking gay.
Yu-Gi-Oh and Beyblades in Houston. That's the only time I ever played Yu-Gi-Oh and fucking
Donald was in the corner.
Bro.
Beyblades. Where the fuck are you
He's the
from?
pro.
You remember Kingwood, dude? You remember that?
That's Kingwood. That's Houston, motherfucker.
Yeah, that's like, yeah.
Kingwood is Houston.
You remember Riverwood Middle School, motherfucker? You remember
Yeah,
that?
that's what I'm saying, dude. This motherfucker. That's what I'm saying. That's Beyblade. That's Beyblade Yu-Gi-Oh days.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Holy shit, Donald. How'd you find me?
Man, I've called in before, like years ago.
Yeah,
I
but
found
I thought you
YouTube,
called
like, a
in.
long
But
time
you
ago.
called in fucking.
You remember? I remember you from Freak Inc., bro.
Yeah, but so how did you follow me from Silent Springs? If you knew me from fucking Houston, did you follow me out of Silent
Well,
Springs? Are you my CIA
Dude, you might
handler?
not, you don't remember who I am. Like I was friends with your brother, man.
I know you were, but you said but you knew me from Siloam. But so now you're talking about Kingwood and shit like that. How do you know about Kingwood?
Cause I grew up there, man.
This guy knows
But then
you.
you,
from
so
childhood.
you lived in
I've
Kingwood
known-
and you
I've
moved to
childhood buddy.
Arkansas.
You were older than me in middle school. I was friends with your little brother.
I know, dude. My brother was the shit. So fucking.
I know. He was great. He was a great guy. I
was
fucking love
the-
that guy.
Dude, fucking I love him too. So what's saying? So you're saying this is kind of trippy, guys. I'm sorry. This is like really
Go
trippy.
for it.
awesome.
So you knew me in Kingwood, or no?
Yeah.
And then you also knew me in Siloam, or no? Or you just like kept up with my brother?
I don't even know what
after-
that is, dude. I kept up with your brother up until like he was in college in Houston.
So you were just friends with him from Kingwood,
Yeah.
dude. That's why I
Yeah.
didn't remember you because I thought you were talking about Silent Springs shit
Do
last
you
time we
remember
talked
there
to
was
me.
another guy who used to run with us named Gonzalo, like a tall Mexican
Yes,
guy?
Gonzalo Venzuelas, dude. I know all
Yeah.
the dudes. Mitch Dickard,
Aaron,
dude.
Mitch Dickard,
Mitch
Aaron
and,
Foster.
so you gonna come through or what?
San Antonio or where you live now?
San Antonio. And Mitch is supposed
Nah,
to come
that
through,
city
and fucking
fucking sucks,
Gonzalo's
bro.
supposed to come through.
He said this
Oh,
town
really?
sucks, dude.
Oh yeah, I would go with those guys. I
Or
would do
are
that.
they gonna let you fucking come through? That's what I'm saying. I gotta ask them. I gotta ask them if Donald Hughes is cool or not.
Wait,
'Cause
when
if
are they
they
coming?
said that you're a fucking punk, I'm not gonna say no. You can't come through because Mitch and Dick
All right,
were the
well-
fucking cool
What's your
guys.
play, Donald?
Oh no, Gonzalo's like my best friend, but
Oh, is
me
he
and Mitch,
now? I
me and
never
Mitch
talked
don't
about
get
you.
along that greatly.
What? Dude,
Me and
Mitch.
Mitch don't get along that greatly.
Yeah, well, Mitch.
What
When he was a
happened?
rich kid, he fucking his mom was like, yeah.
What happened with Mitch?
Mitch wanted to be a bad kid, but his mom would like kept him away from all that shit.
Well,
He was a cool
know.
guy though. I love Mitch. Mitch was a cool dude. He wanted to be cool, but his mom wouldn't let him.
well,
Donald,
I've lived with him for a couple months,
What do you?
and I lived with him for a couple months, and I
This
think
is
that's where I
fucking
guess where it comes
fascinating,
from if you have
dog.
that
This is
roommate.
fascinating. What do you think about Charlie Kirk?
What I think about Charlie Kirk, I think it's a tragedy, just like you guys said, yeah.
It's a fucking
And then you guys
tragedy.
proceeded to the fucking dog on a dead man for fucking like 15, 20 minutes.
What did you say?
Then it was you guys were all like, it's a tragedy, it's a tragedy. And then you proceeded to dog on him for about 15 minutes.
Okay.
Okay.
All
I-
right.
Yeah.
I'm just being consistent. I totally dogged on him when he was alive.
Yeah.
I did too.
Okay.
Do you think it's a bad thing to dog on a dead guy, or do you think it's a bad thing to dog on Charlie Kirk?
I have no like I kind of didn't even know who he was before.
That's
it was,
what I'm
like,
saying, dude. I didn't know who the motherfucker was.
I guess I had seen that shit, but like I just like all those guys are like one big blur to me. Like,
That's what I'm
talk to college
saying.
kids.
Dude, you know what? We're on the same page. I like this guy. It sounds like he knew my brother and shit.
I don't know though. Like if he was talking, oh man, yeah, I fucking love your brother, man. But
tell me a good Andy story. Let me get a good Andy story out of you,
so
dude. You guys know my brother? He
No.
was a legend, dude. Andy has the best stories. Come on, you don't embarrass me.
Gone before his time, man. Fucking the so we were like I think we were like 17, maybe one or two of us was like 18, and we were like in downtown Houston, and we were trying to like get fucked up and like get like alcohol and meet bitches and and shit. So we were trying to have a good time, you know. So we got like into this this club. We like basically just like bullshitted our way in, and we were trying to get a little like get into the club. We're trying to get stoned beforehand. So we just saw a black guy and we're like, that guy looks like he might sell weed. So sure enough, like we went up to him. I think Andy actually initiated it.
Yep.
And then he sold us like a couple joints for like way too much money, like probably like $20.
He made you pay for it, didn't he?
Yeah, he made us pay for it.
That's a racist text.
Yep.
No, I'm saying Andy probably made you pay for it.
I can't remember. Maybe. He fucking. So then we get into this club, and you know, he's literally like 17 years old probably at the time, and he's like in there like pinching girls' asses and shit. And the girls would be like, "Really, you pinch my ass?" He's like, "Well, oh shit!" And he had this one dance move because he was like Jay-Z at the time. So he would just always dust off his shoulders, and that's how he danced.
Dude, Andy be grabbing chicks' asses, dog.
He does.
And he always, and the weird thing is, like, he always got away with it somehow. It's weird.
He was charming, dude. Like
that's what I'm saying. He had like a weird energy to him. Dude, Andy lost his virginity to the chick that I had like a crush on in high school for like fucking like years and shit. He was like went and fucked her like one night, just like not even a big deal. I love that motherfucker.
Yeah, dude, he was always way cooler than you.
He'd always do the whole put your hand on the bottom of the seat where they sit in your hand move.
Yeah.
That was his fucking move.
No, dude, and then one day I went to go visit him at his dorm room. He lived in the shittiest dorms at UH. Right? He lived in like the Moody Towers, and we would go visit him there. And at one point in his life, like, he got his hands on like a gallon of like lean.
Like, yeah. Did he get ripped off? Lean. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he got ripped off, and somehow he became like he was like.
You have a police informant.
Yes, he was a police informant. He was a police informant at like age 19. So somehow he convinced the police to not arrest him over like.
Yeah, because he said I was gonna. He got caught with all the fucking truth. And my brother. He's like, so basically, me and my brother got a fucking we got like kind of an inheritance kind of thing from our uncle. So my uncle was like a really rich guy, not really rich, but he was like a really smart guy, and he gave us like an investment portfolio. They put 1,000 in when we were born, and it just gradually grew up to like a bunch of money. But then the housing market crisis happened and it cut it in half, right? So when we turned 18, we just like took it out and stuff. So we both had like $10,000 just to our name that we both blew in like 2 fucking months, each of us and shit. And yeah, so go on.
Damn, that sucks.
Man, that's pretty. I mean, I just remember him telling me the story while we were watching that fucking movie, King of New York. Have you seen that one?
Yeah, with Christopher Walken.
Fuck yeah, it was just Walken. Yeah.
But what about the story about Andy getting fucking ripped off for the lean? That was a great story. You
I don't
heard that
remember
one?
how it concluded, bro, but I don't know.
Yeah, basically he was trying to like buy a bunch of lean from like some like hood guys and shit, and they fucking ripped him off. So then Andy went and talked to the detectives and became an informant, and then just drove them over there to rip them all off for their fucking for their whole situation and shit. Dude, my brother was not to be fucked with. I love that guy.
Sounds untrifling.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like he would play this shit, but also he like would not get fucked over. He did not like to get fucked over.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Dude, he was the best at pranks. He was so good. Like I think when I became friends with, this is how I became friends with Andy. Like he sat next to me in like an English class in 7th grade, I think, and like he knew how to like play me. Like he knew how to like play to my like narcissism and stuff. And he would be like, you know, like you're a really special person if you could roll this quarter in a cross formation on your face, like down the line of your nose. If you can make it straight, like you're just like a really like, it means like you're like a really coordinated, bright person. I'm like, dude, I can do that super easily. He's like, okay, go ahead. And so I do. I'm like, that was really easy for me. And then he goes, yeah, it was really easy for me. I go to the mirror like later on, like using the restroom. There's like a line on my face. Like,
That's when you basically take the quarter and you mark the
Yeah.
fucking you know that one.
Yeah.
Classic. Sounds like a real.
That's how we became
Houdini.
friends.
Dude, Andy, no, it's a really funny Andy story. So when he was in kindergarten, that's around the time that Tech Deck came out. So what he did was he like started a little sweatshop in kindergarten to make like bootleg Tech Decks with like popsicle sticks and eraser heads as the wheels and stuff like that. And he sold them. He would pay kids 10 cents for every one that they sold for $1 and all that. So he had a whole fucking like business going on, and then he got in trouble for that. But that's what my brother did. He also did that same thing with piercing. But he did it with fake piercings, where he came up with like fake jewelry with. So if you take a pencil metal part, right?
Yeah.
Take the pencil metal part, you can break it down into like little sections, and you can make those into little false earrings. Because like the little metal part is perfect, it just like bends around. So my brother would sell those, and then eventually he started selling actual like piercings. He would sell them at our fucking bathroom at home and shit. He would pierce them in school and stuff. Yeah, dude, my brother, he was a fucking dude. Yeah, man, he was a business guy since he was a kid. He used to get my mom to like, because my mom was an art student, be like, Mom, can you like draw this thing for me? And then he would go and sell those to the neighbors around town.
I thought when Donald came on, he was going to be like talking shit and stuff, but it turns out you were connected with like a childhood friend.
I mean, I do want to talk shit though. What do you guys think about that bus stabbing? Did you see that?
Which one?
The bus stab, like the Irina,
the Ukrainian
bus.
Oh yeah, with the fucking chick that got killed by the fucking black guy. That sucks, man. What's your take on that?
Well, I mean, I have a wife, and you gotta have that conversation, you know.
What's the conversation?
The conversation is, if you get on a bus and there's a black man who sits behind you, move.
Damn, that's a weird. I don't know. That's wild. Is she?
Why's your wife riding a bus, dude? Maybe you just get her a car, you know?
Yeah, really.
No, she doesn't ride the bus.
Someone else is calling.
Someone else is calling. 1 second. Hang on the line. Let me hold and accept, and I'll merge the calls. Hang on the line.
All right.
Who am I talking to?
Hello.
Hello. Who am I talking to?
This is Ben Shapiro, and
It's Ben Shapiro.
Ben Shapiro.
We got D. Ben Shapiro. What's up, Ben?
What's up, Benny Ben?
1 second. He's not on the line. Ben,
my
what's
friend,
up,
now
boss?
he's dead.
You there, Ben?
And very sad. So I'm charging double to be on this podcast, and I'm hiding behind bulletproof glass and have a yarmulke that's bulletproof.
All right. Cool,
That's smart.
man.
You should do that. It's a good idea.
Would it defend you from suicide bombers?
Ben, can you hear me,
Benny?
Ben usually talks so fast.
Yes, can you hear me?
Can you hear me, Ben?
What's all
Can anybody
static?
else hear me?
I
feel
can
like
hear
there's
you.
another
Can you hear
guy
me?
on the line too. Can you guys hear me, motherfuckers?
I can hear you.
All right.
What's
What's
all
up,
Ben?
Ben?
Our boy Don.
Is that all you had?
Hey,
Was that
how's it
your
going?
one? You had one line. You didn't have a whole bit.
I can't hear you that well.
Okay. Well, then it don't matter. Just talk.
Shoot the shit.
Hold on, let me call back.
Oh, don't do that.
I used to like Ben Shapiro,
Don't
but after
call
that
back.
interaction,
Damn,
I'm
I have a
done.
question for him.
I hate you, Ben, now.
Donald had
All
a
right.
question for him.
Well, hey, I love you, man. It was a good flashback. I hope you have a great rest. Anything else you want to leave the pod on?
You talking to me?
Yeah. Last words.
Duh.
Oh,
Too soon.
I don't know. What's up, man? I mean, just have a good one, man.
Someone else is calling.
Yeah, man.
I'm about to go take a shower.
Dude, go
All right.
wash that
Smoke some
ass,
weed.
dog. Go wash that fucking sexy
Yeah.
body, all right?
I mean, I'm here in Houston, so I got fucking swamp ass, dude.
A lot of black dudes on buses in Houston.
Oh my
man,
god.
I'll hit you up later sometime, man.
Dude, please,
Take care.
man, text me. What's up? I'm down here in San Antonio. Let me see what this motherfucker wants, all right? But hit me up again. You want
Alright,
to call back later? Call back later. All right, what's up, Ben?
Oh no, Ben just left.
What the fuck? Who's this?
Who the fuck is this?
Hey, this is Chris. Alonzo, you were talking about your brother just now, right?
Yeah, I was. Yeah, what's up?
Dude, there's one thing I'll never forget. I remember.
You met my brother?
What's that?
You met my brother?
No. I just have a story that I don't know if you remember, but I remember when we were working together years ago. I was really bummed out because my dog had died.
That sucks.
And then you went up to me and you were like, "Hey, what's wrong, man?" And I was like, dude, my dog just died." And I'll never forget what you said. You were like, "Oh, well, I remember when my brother died." I was just like, "Oh, okay." And that just stuck with me. That was legit. That was legitimately your reaction. I was like, super bummed out. And I think that was your way of like trying to like, I don't know if you're trying to make me feel better or what, but it just stuck with me because you were like, "Oh man, that sucks." I remember when my brother died. I was just like, "Oh, okay." And dude, do you remember that?
Yeah, no. I basically used my brother being dead as anytime anybody said anything that felt like bad, I would just bring that up at but I was I was trying to help you. I don't know. I was
I'll
trying
never
to
forget that. And no one's ever kind of tried to empathize in such a like I guess like dry
Do you remember
way.
when, dude, I got so fucking upset. You know the guy that played Deadpool at Magic Time Machine?
John?
Yeah, he said my brother deserved to die.
What?
He said that?
Yeah, because I said I was like doing the whole my brother died joke to him because he's like I said something offensive, I guess, in front of his brother, and I'm like, well, my brother died. He's like, yeah, well, he probably deserved to die. And I was like, holy shit. And I guess he was like, yeah, I'm the one guy that's gonna stand out to you for using that excuse every time that you get every time that you get called out on anything. I'm gonna be the one guy that does it. I was just like, oh, okay, well, I guess whatever you say. Honestly, he probably did. I don't know. It's like that was pretty fair. I don't know.
That's pretty fucked up. I never took him for that type. He always seemed like a
No,
nice
he was a
dude,
little
but
bitch,
nah,
dude, because he was mad at me because all the chicks liked me.
that's what it was. He was an old bald perv.
Yeah, and he was always like being way too nice to him and shit.
Why you
Which I
gotta-
was always doing the same. I'm not being a dick.
He's a nice guy.
I'm not being a dick, but it's fucking. He was a little fuck. He looked like no, he looked like Freddy Krueger before the burns.
Fucking Robert England.
Yeah, he did, right?
Robert England.
He looked like just like Robert England.
He really did.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you know, allegedly, I want to say allegedly in case you know, but I heard a lot of creep stories about him too, man. That's just fucked.
Did you ever hear the creep stories about fucking Buddy the Elf?
What?
I was literally gonna bring that up after that, dude. I can't, dude. When I found out that he killed himself, I was like,
no. What? No, wait a second. Buddy killed himself?
Oh, you didn't know that, Kevin? Dude, Buddy killed himself.
Thoughts and prayers.
Lots of prayers, man.
Wait,
you didn't
whoa,
know that?
wait a second. Buddy the Elf from Magic Time Machine.
You mean?
Yes, Kevin. He killed himself.
Oh.
How did he do that?
When I thought about Buddy the Elf, I was
Do you
like,
guys know who we're talking about? Is anybody?
No idea.
Will Ferrell's character in
Yeah,
I know
there's
Buddy
a
the
guy,
Elf.
Yeah, he was like my manager for a short time.
at the Magic Time Machine.
Yeah. So how did he do it?
I'm not sure how. I just remember. I forgot who told me. I think it was. Fuck, I can't remember who told me, but I remember when I found out, I was like, "Wait, what? Really?" And they're like, "Yeah." And he was like, you know, going downhill in general. Like I know he was getting like really fucked up at work all the time, and then a couple of the girls told me that he got really creepy. Like he would, you know how they used to give you your cash at the end of the night.
Go on.
That apparently he would withhold the money until like a girl would like flash.
What I heard a very similar story to that, but I also heard that he would like actually just like pull money out of the thing, be like, "Let me give you just a little bit of extra money if you fucking flash me."
Yeah.
But here's the creepy thing: is like that's how it used to be. Is like you would go in the back room with the fucking manager and get fucking tipped out and stuff. Like that's what I'm saying. It's like so when they tried to kick me out of Magic Time Machine for fucking having a who's dick's bigger contest, you know?
Wasn't that me, you, and Alex?
That was me, you, and Alex. And they, dude, do you know they tried to fire you and Alex over that shit?
Yeah, Alex told me.
Yeah, exactly. But I was like, I told him, and also I don't think it had to do. It was also Steve. Tim. Tim also told him like, dude, fuck Alonzo. But my other thing was like, no, that was me. I was being weird, and then Tim
I was the
basically
biggest
told
dick.
him. I want.
Dude, all three of us were in the silverware room and just pulled out our flaccid cocks just to.
It was
fucking-
great, and I could tell that they were young because they had them shaved. You know what I mean? That's a young guy.
Yeah, how
thing.
young were they? Like 12? How young we talking here? That's how you can tell they're young. No pubic hair.
Prepubescent or what?
Jesus Christ. Well, it sounds like you guys
said shaved.
The ladies
so-
can pull their
It's a
boobs out. But you guys
hebiophile.
pull your
Pedophile.
wiener. Okay, let's not get
Oh, hey,
specific.
on record, and I'll tell Alex about this later. Two things. One, Alex loves you and thinks you're like the funniest fucking dude. And
Does he
two,
like me?
Yeah, see, that's why I'm bringing up the next thing. He thinks that you don't like him for some reason.
Because he fucked me over because he invited me to go hang out with him at a party, but then fucking Beverly and Randy and all of them were gonna come over. He said, "Oh, I don't want you to come over. It's gonna be fucking weird." I'm like, all right, well then why did you even fucking invite me over? You're gonna invite them over and decide it's gonna be weird. It's like I'm not gonna be like invited over and then like not invited over and then think that that's like, oh wow, we're fucking friends. You know what I'm saying? It's like fuck them or fucking like either fuck with them or fuck with me. Or if you're gonna invite me over to a party, don't disinvite me over some horse shit. That's what I'm saying. And I'm gonna hang on to that fucking shit because I know that that's some fucking real shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like what like, down the line, it's not gonna fucking happen and shit. I love, dude. Alex is. I've had conversations with Alex that are fucking. That I love Alex, man. Let him know that. Apologize for what he did to me, and we'll be cool again. That's all he's got to do. We'll be cool.
Can do, will do.
Yeah. Man, I'd love to be friends with Alex again. I love fucking Alex. I love everybody that I've never been friends with because I don't know. All right. I'm sorry. I feel like my friends are sitting in stage just listening to my it's so weird. Everybody tuned in today. But so you're really gonna make that cool between me and Alex? I'd honestly love that.
Yeah, no, dude, for sure, absolutely. Because I think he had, because we talk about you a lot. Like I remember I showed him. You remember that one podcast you went on with your boy, and you kind of were like calling him out the whole time.
What? I can't listen. What? Which one?
You did a podcast, and I watched the whole thing, and you were kind of calling out these dudes for like not being real comedians, but trying to act like they're part of the whole thing without doing.
Dude, I don't think I ever talked about. So just let Alex know if you thought that I was talking about him. I did it.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I was asking if you remember that podcast that you did.
That's like that's my whole podcast is calling out people for not being comedians and shit. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
In what way was it specifically?
So I sent him the episode and he watched the whole thing. We watched it together and then we like laughed at it together. And that's whenever he was just like, dude, I love Alonzo. Like he's fucking hilarious, but I don't know if he like fucks with me or whatever. So I'll clear it up and I'll let him know it's all cool.
Was Buddy at the New Year's party? I think he tried grabbing James' dick that night. If it's the same guy, that's Sandy Ramirez in the chat. Dude, what did you say? Who was I talking to? Who was I talking about?
Oh no, you I can't remember. Me and Alex watched this podcast that you joined. It was you and your boy, and it seemed like there was a lot of tension because
I joined a podcast, so it wasn't even my podcast.
No, it wasn't yours. You went on somebody else's, and
he thinks that I was talking about him.
No. That's not it. I was just asking you if you remember that podcast because the reason I brought that up was I showed him that episode and we laughed at it together, and that's whenever he brought up that like, man, I love Alonzo. He's hilarious. I just don't know if he fucks with me, but that was only because we were watching that podcast that you were on.
Oh,
like
BFR?
just enjoying it together.
Oh,
was it BFR podcast?
I don't know. It was like two dudes, like a Mexican dude, another Mexican dude, I guess.
Yeah,
But,
I think it was BFR.
BFR, I think, yeah.
Yeah, it's like two.
Yeah, actually,
one
no,
of
that
them a
sounds familiar. I
fat
think
guy,
that
and the
was
other was
it.
a little skinny guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
the
it
fat
started,
guy was
like-
way funnier than the little skinny guy.
Yes, exactly. That's the one. I was just
Yeah.
The only reason I brought that up is because I was watching it and I was like enjoying it and laughing my ass off. And I was talking to Alex while we were playing a game.
Well, tell
And
Alex
I was like-
this. Tell Alex this that I love him, you know, and that if he apologizes for what he did to me, what was it, 6 years ago, at that at that party that he didn't invite me to, guess what? I'll let bygones be bygones. I can be the bigger man. You know?
He apologized.
It hasn't affected me for 6 years. You know what I mean? I don't even care about it. I don't remember the exact day. I don't have the fucking screen cap pulled up that I look at every night, you know? Alex wasn't my literally best friend that I felt like, oh, wow, it's just that easy? Just that easy just to fucking throw your best friend to the wayside and all that. Why would he possibly think that I had a problem with him unless he knew that there was something to have a problem with?
Yeah, I don't know about this Alex guy.
He's fucking hilarious. I love Alex.
Dude,
Alex Casey, dude, if I can get him on the podcast, nobody else is going to be on the podcast anymore. It's just going to be me, you, Bob, and this guy.
Wait, Alex Casey sounds familiar.
I know my top.
He better be taking a piss.
My top 5 or top 10 hardest
running
laughs
away?
I've ever had in my life,
There
and
he
he's
goes.
been in like the top 3 of them. Like he is
All right,
hilarious.
this fucking sucks. Talk about Charlie Kirk.
Yes.
Oh,
What do
I
you think
actually got him
about
right
Charlie
here. Look, here, Charlie.
What?
Sorry, too far.
Oh, it was doing a Charlie Kirk impression.
I like that.
Were you doing a Charlie Kirk getting killed?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, I misread the title. I thought it was a bad impressions podcast.
Oh, that's
Oh.
true. That is a bit. Now he's back on. He's right on time.
This is top of it. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Well, you know what? I don't know what happened with this podcast, but you know, that's just the way that things go. Thank you so much. You tell Alex to hit me up. Do I have to unblock
I got
him?
you, bro.
Let me know
I'm
if I have to
gonna
unblock
continue.
him. I'll go through my messengers and unblock him if I got to, because that was a heartfelt fucking shot through the heart. But you're too late. You make love, or you know, what's
I really
you
enjoyed it.
need
I'm gonna-
love in the bad way.
All right, I'll let you guys go. I'll continue watching the show.
All right, I love you.
Fooling.
I think that's it.
Baby, I'm not fooling.
What would you have to say, Bob? I know that you were like
Alex
crazy,
Casey sounds familiar. Who was he?
Alex Casey was fucking.
Let's talk about these boring people some more.
I left.
Okay, I remember him.
Kirk, and I come back. You guys
Yeah.
talking about fucking Alex.
Yeah. Like finally
All
something for
right.
me to talk about. I know. No, I think we've covered it. I was
No.
I suspected that when I came on this week. The other week I was supposed to come on was whenever that Jay Scott guy, comedian Jay Scott, like got in trouble for, or not got in trouble, but people were clowning on him for making fun of Upstage or whatever.
Yeah.
And then he came on here, and that was this podcast I was supposed to be on, but I had to work to make money.
Yeah.
Said I could have been here making comedy gold.
That's when I tuned in on, and I thought this one was going to be bigger than that, but no.
Yep.
Or almost as big.
Well,
Right.
I think sometimes God has a plan.
Well, actually, there's
God has a simple plan.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
It's not about the
Good
amount.
episode.
It's about the quality.
So what's your? Because I know that you wanted to make some points. What was your?
Well, it feels weird to make them out of the blue, but like I mean,
I'm saying I'll
yeah.
follow them up. Trust me, I have.
well, and you were doing you were following them up a little further than I would. Like, what did Alex have? You guys asked him, and then you guys all laughed. What did Alex say?
No, that's what I'm saying. It had nothing to do with that.
Oh.
This was like
Oh,
it
yeah,
totally had to
that
do
makes
with like
sense.
my own personal life.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. The podcast weirdly turned into some guy.
The reunion
dude,
show.
yeah, some guy that called from when I was literally like before I had pubes on my dick. You know what I mean?
And then you called another guy, you saw his dick before it had pubes on it. So. It's funny. Circle of life. You went on.
He was of age. He was of age.
I know. No one cares. No one.
All right, who cares a
We're
shit?
being funny. Yeah, the Charlie
You're a
Kirk thing. It's a
kid,
real
so-
tragedy. I think it's crazy how many people are posting about it. But I guess it's like they're Martin Luther King.
Yeah.
That's because white people feel oppressed now, and so Charlie Kirk is their hero.
You think it's crazy that people are posting about it?
Not crazy. It's just like people I haven't seen post on Facebook in like 12 years. They're like, all of a sudden, this is the thing they're posting about. And it's like, it's like an opportunity to, because like, why do I need to tell everyone what I think about something? Like, that's the whole social media thing. It's like, and I love being open and honest about stuff, but I try to be less political nowadays, even though we brought it up, but I don't post about it anymore. Like, I learned that after this last election, I had someone tell me some advice. And I was like, you know what?
What was the advice?
It's like you split people who care about what you're talking about. As a comedian or whatever, like being political. If people follow you, just lose people for.
So do you feel like you're
superficial
not?
reasons.
Another thing is like, I do feel like there is a human instinct to express how you feel, and I do feel like there is a now reality. which I don't think that that it hasn't always existed, but it's like, oh, I can't say what I want to feel, or I have to now like manicure what I want to say based off of the possibility that I'm either going to get canceled, unfollowed, or even now fired from my job.
I'm someone that I think I've definitely lost friends because of it. I've definitely, yada yada yada. So I've just
lost friends because of what?
Just politics in general in life, like just having disagreements to the point where like they stopped talking to me. This is like over the course of my life. I don't do this anymore, but like, but I think people, unless I can have and I've grown a lot. I'm a 29, almost 30-year-old guy, so like I've learned some lessons along the way. But I think basically, like, unless I can sit down with you and have a conversation, I'm not going to engage in like an online. This is what I believe. Unless someone like asks me or get called out by the president of the United States or something, like I'm not going to make political statements anymore. And I'm on a podcast, I'll talk about an idea or something or work through it because I still care and think about politics, but it just feels like not the venue to do it because then you got like moms on Facebook commenting on your post about it, and then you got like your best friends from high school. It's just this weird.
I feel like back in the day, the internet used to be more of like a battleground. Now it feels very just like a toilet. You know what I mean? It feels very much just like a sewage system. It's like you're not actually making any kind of you're just shitting into the big old pile of shit. You're not actually like creating anything when you're getting into arguments. I feel like back in the day, like on forums and stuff like that, oh, you get into an argument and now you like, there might have been some kind of like movement that's being made by what you're saying. But I feel like these days, you're either just like getting filtered into one like position or the other position. There's no like room for nuance. And also,
it's an algorithm that we're being sorted. And it's like their algorithms sort of exist naturally. Like if I drive in the car and I put on the radio, I've only got access to a certain amount of channels. Someone else in the other part of the country has access to other channels. That's being filtered. The information I'm receiving on the radio is being filtered. So if I'm in, Texas and like my radio doesn't work and all I get is TPR and the classical music station, I'm only listening to that. So like my information is being filtered. I think we do that. That sort of naturally happens. Like people you're around are going to be people that you're similar to. And so, but the internet does a different thing where we still like sift through information, but we're just taking larger and larger numbers and sifting them down into simple, this is what you are. So it's like kind of like organic in a way. Like it just happens.
When it comes to social media, it's a really interesting idea because when you think about it, it's like, what are you actually doing? It's like, let's say you're trying to create a brand. All right, well, you need to have a stance on this or not. It's like, why does every person that just exists, you know what I mean, and has a thing, needs to now have a political stance? Like they're making a mission statement for their brand of, I'm Johnny and I fucking work at 7-Eleven, but I need to have a brand for my life as Johnny whatever and stuff because I make reels and stuff like that. It's very interesting that we're like commoditized
main character. Everyone thinks they're the main character.
That's such
it's not a Disney movie. Everyone talks about believing in themselves, like when they like.
Well, we are. That's the thing. It's like we all are the main character in our own life because we're the only ones that can control that kind of shit. But I get what you're saying, where it's just like, yeah, but not everything revolves around your thought process, or like it actually reacts to you, which is more interesting. I don't know.
Yeah, I heard an alcoholic say that you're gonna wish that your addiction or your problem was alcoholism because it's really obvious. I think a lot of people have no idea that they think they're the center of the universe. There's no like. Alcoholics Anonymous for egotistical people.
Narcissism.
Yeah, there's no narcissist Anonymous.
It's called NA.
It's called NA. No, that's Narcotics Anonymous. You'd be going.
Well, what do you think? Oh, narcotics are narcotic addicts are very narcissistic.
Yeah.
What
I guess
saying?
so.
I didn't say shit, man.
I feel like you're.
I
waiting.
There's a couple of things I was about to chime in on, but it's like, I don't know. I think you said it. I do think there's a lot of rage debate. There's a lot of political sorting. I do feel like I have the instinct of like comedy and making jokes about fucking dogs for me isn't quite enough anymore. Like I would like I see a lot of anti-trans comedians, making jokes, and maybe they're not even anti-trans, but that's like the hack thing to do. And it's like, I do have the instinct. It's like, well, maybe instead about talking about fucking dogs or whatever, maybe I should do a fucking joke trying to own them, and it's just all about owning the other side. And that's all
I don't like my thought process being dictated by like how I dislike other things. You know what I mean? That's like,
and I think it's important to like take a step back and like,
yeah, it's like, why don't I just focus on things I like? You know what I mean? And then just like also, when you feel happier about things, you can look at like silly things and make them seem silly because you're just looking at them as like, you know, as a real person. Yeah, I mean, and like
a lot of people's ideals are defined by their oppositions. So like a lot of people, it's everything what they stand against, not what they stand for. And I think that's a lot of people.
That's something I want to chime in on when you're talking about algorithms, because now like the algorithms aren't even showing you things you agree with. They're showing you things you disagree with. Like all of my knowledge of Charlie Kirk, you know, Charlie Kirk went to campuses and he debated college kids, and then he would post his W's. But me being on the left algorithm, I saw all of his L's, and then I see people posting. There was some, you know, Drewski did that white face, and then I saw some right wingers posting like the left wants to cancel Drewski. I'm like, I'm on the leftist algorithm. I haven't seen a single call. I haven't seen a complaint about that. But it's the right winger saying the left wants to cancel. It's like who's saying that? Like I believe they saw something. I believe they saw some random no name, and I think that's why it's important.
I mean, what was the post coming?
Well, it doesn't really matter.
There,
it's just the narrative.
I didn't see it. Yeah, I, and I'm sure it exists. Like I'm sure there's someone out there.
I know it exists because I've heard it. It could be from Instagram, it could be from Twitter, it could be from whatever. But when the right's saying, oh, they're trying to cancel this guy for just giving his opinion, but then it's like you look and it's like, where's this traction on the actual other side? Like every article that you hear is actually from a right-wing media person.
Yeah, look at
and then they find like two tweets from the left that's like, oh, this guy's being racist. Like, look at this outrage coming.
That's what you got to pay attention to, like what the actual pundits are saying, what the actual politicians are saying.
Well, I almost got caught up in it because I heard that they're like saying, they're saying Ben Shapiro just took over Turning Point, you know, and I was like, oh my god, that makes so much sense. And I had to think to myself, I'm like, well, let me actually look into this before I say it on the podcast.
Yeah, he's finishing the tour though. That Charlie Kirk was on. That was like stop one on the tour.
He's finishing it.
Yeah. He's doing the rest of the tour. Like he's doing talks the rest of the tour. Ben Shapiro is.
I'm like, that's good enough. That's good enough to feel the way that I want to feel. About the whole situation.
Nothing to see here, man.
The other thing is like, but Ben Shapiro wants to say Palestinians aren't real people, and that they're the mud people, and that the Jews are actually they're the chosen people of God, and that they were promised that land, and that anything that we need to do to cover like to whatever is actually gonna be better for everybody else. And also like and Tel Aviv cares about gay people, but also we don't like gay people. You know, it's just like let's use everything that you like to justify what we do, and then also not. I don't know.
Counterpoint.
I feel like you're living in a topsy-turvy world.
Well, but it really isn't if you just look into it. It feels. What is so funny to me is that I feel like Charlie Kirk, one of the saddest things, I think I might have just said it on the podcast, but I truly do feel if he wasn't just a 31-year-old guy, if he had like, you know, a couple more years, or maybe like he had like the downfall, because Steven Crowder was the big guy for a while, and then he had the downfall. Maybe if he had like had a chance to learn and like readjust, he might have like changed his idea. Because but here's my whole thing. Here, this is really what it is. Charlie Kirk didn't have a philosophy, in my opinion. He just had an ideal that he was promoting that other people had already created. And he was just creating like better rhetoric for that philosophy. He wasn't a philosopher. He didn't create any kind of new like ideas that we would follow. He was just creating like new rhetoric, like ways, but also
old ideas.
But all the rhetoric that he was using, but all the rhetoric he was using was like created by Ben Shapiro and Steven Crowder. He was just the guy that went out there and did it in a nicer way. But I don't think the idea of saying that he was like this great philosopher, or that any of these people, it's like you're just trying to make it seem that Christianity's like stranglehold on the way that you live your life is some kind of rational way that society should live, based on all these factors, or it's just like, oh, like, well, see, if we believed in God, we wouldn't have gang violence. If we believed in God, we wouldn't have abortion and stuff like that. It's like, and also, if you believe in God and you don't do that, we're just not believing in God enough. You know what I mean? You got to be believing in God harder. I believe in God so much that if my daughter got raped, I would let her fucking not get an abortion because I believe in God that much.
Yeah.
And that's just, and see, I'm just a better debater than you because I would sacrifice, it's like, I would sacrifice my daughter for abortion not being legal than to let one abortion be legal by a rapist or whatever. It's like, that's how much I care about life and about people and stuff. It's just very like,
it's definitely an opinion. You know, I actually,
that's what I'm saying. It's like, it's an opinion. Yeah, that's
No.
okay. It's like, oh, we have to respect their opinion.
But that's it's like, but that's like that's a counter argument because I mean, like, you know, like no one's gonna agree with you saying like, yeah, women's got to be sacrificed for an abortion. You know?
Well, apparently there's like a bunch of people that do actually.
Yeah,
that's like the whole Charlie. That's the whole Charlie Kirk idea is that there's like tons of people now because of Charlie Kirk. Not because of Charlie Kirk, because they believed it before Charlie Kirk. All these people believe that stuff because of religion. They believe that stuff because of what they were indoctrinated into. He was just the guy that made it seem sexy. Not
he
sexy,
gave them
but
talking points to
he gave them rhetoric.
it.
He gave them rhetoric and talking points, and also that he's like, change my mind. You weren't trying to change your mind. You were just trying to argue against actual whatever. You like. There's no like.
It's cutting propaganda.
Yeah.
And that's the thing is like, and if you look at Goebbels, look at all these other people, it's like if you're cutting propaganda for a culture war, and also it's like I think political powers and all that are like subversive, wars on Americans. So like, no matter which party you are, you're trying to control what America is. You're controlling it through like opinions or whatever and stuff like that. And they can say, oh, well, the left had these riots for George Floyd for whatever. And then they're saying, oh, and Charlie Kirk died. We're not doing the same thing because we're better than that. But it's just like, I mean, who's there to even attack? Because you can't attack the infrastructure. That's what Charlie Kirk's about. So it's like, I'm gonna get so mad that Charlie Kirk,
it was state violence that took out George Floyd, and there's no state to attack in this. And we again, like we still didn't know. We now know the shooter's name, but it's like, I mean, I have no idea.
He was just a radical guy.
Like when this funeral procession, there was like thousands of cops just driving on the freeway. I mean, who else had that when somebody got assassinated? I mean,
like a president, I'm sure.
But he's like that presidential important. I mean, like
I have to go home.
Okay,
but y'all should keep talking, and I'll listen.
No, we're about to lock it up. Let's do final thoughts. Let's do final thoughts and wrap it up.
My wife's like, you should get home.
All right, we'll go first.
Dude, he's so lucky that his wife said that. Probably shoot him right in the fucking neck, dude. That's what I'm thinking about right now, dude.
Oh, my closing thoughts. I'm scared. I don't want more violence to happen.
You're scared? You're not scared.
I'm only kind of scared.
You're not scared.
I see like he's no Franz Ferdinand, but when people get assassinated, like when Trump got assassinated or almost got assassinated, when he was close, you nicked him in the ear.
Yeah.
We've had assassinations our whole fucking political
so
thing.
What it does though is it does enact like political movement. People get politically active when like things like this happen.
Yeah.
And so I also don't agree with a lot of Charlie Kirk's beliefs and whatever. I think he's a fine guy. He doesn't deserve to die, of course. No one deserves to die. No one. Not a single person in the whole world deserves to die. That's my official stance.
Yes.
Second, I disagree with a lot of his political opinions. I don't think I'd have a good time at dinner with him. If I went to dinner, would have a beer with him, we probably wouldn't get along.
Yeah. I want to be on his podcast for 3 hours.
I would. I'd rather hang out with you, Alonzo. Yeah, exactly. You're no Charlie Kirk, which is why you'll never get shot in the neck, dude. But no, hot take. That was don't clip that. No, but basically, like, I'm scared. I'm not scared. I'm worried about the political change coming next. That this will motivate a lot of things.
Yeah. So shit! It is Buddy the Elf that tried to grab James' dick during that night. I'm sorry. I was reading chat. I'm sorry. I was like putting it together. I'm sorry.
Right. No, it's okay. No, but basically, like, I don't. Last time we had like a terrorist attack that was big that affected a lot of people was 9/11, and we went to war. and they're all the right wing people are going, it's war now. Like a lot of people are saying that, and so I just like I do not want the next like Patriot Act to be against people like us on a podcast because they're like, this is free speech hindering, and meanwhile the government takes opportunities like this and people get scared and worried. And they take opportunities like this to take away more freedoms and stuff. And so I don't think I hate that he died because I know all this is happening next. Like this is bad.
Well, you think they're going to take away freedoms because Charlie Kirk got shot in the neck?
Well, so like the political action that follows big events like this.
He's already talking about going after left organizations.
Yeah, like they're gonna hike up the. They've already been.
They're gonna go after the left, and the left is gonna go after them.
He's already suing. He sues media companies when they say stuff he doesn't like.
Yeah.
He lobbies people to get fired. Fires tons of people. Has fired tons of people. Has totally gutted the federal administration. The federal government. Whatever. That's what he was gonna do. I guess that's what he said. So I guess if you like that, that's cool. Whatever. But. He's doing.
I just want to see what happens.
Well, this is like their Reichstag. I mean, this is like their opportunity
I didn't say it. I didn't say it's like the Reichstag, but they're basically like. I mean, listen to Biden talk. Like people talk about how divisive Biden was, and Biden was like, "Listen, I like Republicans. I've worked with them my whole life. There's just some of them I don't really think are good for the country." And
how
then meanwhile,
dare you?
Meanwhile, Donald Trump says it's the left. They're dirty scoundrels. I don't think I trust a single one of them.
Democrats are trying to say that I fuck kids.
The violent Democrats. They lie. They cheat. They steal.
He isn't worried about the radical right. Those are good Americans. They're against crime, but it's the left that's the problem.
Yeah. So I just think like it just.
Which is actually wild because the same radicals that would be against Charlie Kirk would be the same radicals against Trump.
That's the thing is like when the whole Second Amendment,
guys, just trust me. Just let shit settle out itself. Trust me.
Yeah. I think it may be fine. I believe in America, and I think we are a strong country and we'll make it through. But he's altered the course of government for the next generation.
Who, Trump?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. His expansion of the executive branch has been expanding for a long time.
I don't think you can argue against that. Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
I agree. That's why it's a good.
But I don't think that he did it. I think that we did it by voting for him to do it.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Yeah, something is like to blame Trump for literally what like a lot of people decided to do.
Yeah, it's
like kind of silly to do.
A lot of people do crime because they were raised in a great neighborhood, but we still think it's not okay to do crime because it's silly. So Trump may be for some reason there for. Why ever?
I just don't think Trump's doing anything. I think that he's whatever the fake. I know this sounds like the corniest fucking whatever, but just like we all agree that. I mean, whatever. There's a lot of people that fucking got Trump in there, and I think we all agree that like the people that are the president don't actually control shit. Yeah. So I would just.
I don't agree. I think that it's more boring than that.
What do you think is the president that's actually making the decisions?
I think the government can't be competent and incompetent at the same time. It's like everyone blames the government.
I'm saying, like, do you think Trump's actually like making decisions, or do you think that he is like moving it on to other people? Like, I just feel like I can't imagine that Trump even knows about like political. What?
I think.
I gotta go. I'm sorry. Y'all keep talking. Don't stop my account.
No, trust me. What the fuck?
Skeleton right here, dude. What the fuck to you?
Just like.
Will's afraid to fucking face the truth.
No, well,
he hates the skeletons in his closet.
I think
Liberal walks off the show.
Libtard walks off the show,
getting assaulted with facts and logic.
We are our own Charlie Kirk.
All right, let's see. Final words, Warrens. You don't have to be final words. We can chill. I'm chilling.
No, I don't know. I agree with Will's sentiment. I'm not like, but also I agree with yours. Where like I'm also I'm waiting to see what happens. I'm not personally afraid, but I'm already.
I'm more of an accelerationist when it comes to like any like when I think it's so funny that people feel like whatever way you feel about this has to do with how your political affiliation leans. You know what I mean? Like I think you can have emotions that aren't necessarily politically affiliated. Like you can feel a way about a person without it affecting your politics. Like this person he isn't this like fucking whatever philosopher's stone of like it's you or what are the I don't know, you're not a Marvel guy, but whatever those fuking
Infinity Stones.
Yeah, he's not an infinity gem of fucking righteousness.
No.
And it's like no matter how you feel about it, it's still he's just the guy that was saying, like I said, like when it comes to, I'm not trying to compare him to Hitler, but people will compare fucking Trump to Hitler. People will compare literally any politician to Hitler because they are they are the vehicle of these political ideals that do lead to your kids getting sent overseas to fight wars with Israel or to fight wars with Ukraine or to fight wars with whatever because of your mental saying like, oh, well, America needs to do this because this is what's emotionally right. This is what's emotionally wrong. And that's what you're literally fighting against. You're literally saying that these are like, I don't think it's like, go on. No. He's literally said that we should use our Second Amendment to defend our certain rights. So it's like, all right, so you do believe in violent kind of action at a certain point. So it's like, at what point are you on the wrong side of fucking history when the political action gets enacted?
Yeah, well, my thought is like, I agree with what Will said as far as like, he was talking about 9/11, but I remember like 9/11 was that we had some sort of unity together, you know, like we didn't have any like everybody who has a political view. Like we were all together. We didn't. Yeah, but we all got together against the wrong person.
Yeah.
It's like they just use us to like all combine ourselves to get mad at like not Israel.
But the thing now is that like, you know, with Charlie Kirk's death is like
we're divided.
Yeah, it's like oh, the rights is just blaming the liberals and the left for the killing, even though there was no evidence for that. And they already caught the guy. He was a Republican.
But here's my whole thing about that. It's like, doesn't it speak to how like vitriolic Charlie Kirk's words were that even the right, the second that he gets shot, like the second that Joe Rogan found out they were shot in the neck, and then Charlie, like if you watch it, Joe Rogan and Charlie Sheen on their podcast, like just literally you just see their cold take of them figuring out that he got hit, and it's just like, oh, it was because of what he said. It's like, okay, so if you believe that what he says is so vitriolic that he's gonna get shot in the neck, don't you kind of believe that maybe it might not be like, I don't know what I'm saying. It's like it feels like people are honestly realizing that like what he's saying wasn't probably good, but they're wanting to defend the right of a guy to make money off of radicalizing people into negative thought processes that don't benefit anybody except for, I don't know.
One of the frustrating parts is like Charlie Kirk was not for free speech. He used free speech to debate and cut
none of these
cut propaganda, but he was for banning books. He was pro
banning LGBTQ people and trans people as well.
Yeah, he was pro. I
don't know
if he was in favor of debate.
No, are you saying that he was? He was like.
I don't think he was for
about banning books because like I'm not. I wouldn't be surprised if he was, but. Have you heard clips of him saying that I want to ban books?
I think he supported.
You think, or do you have you heard it?
Let's
look it up.
The one, yeah, I do know he supported the deportation of what was her name? The woman who wrote an article saying that her college newspaper should divest from Israel, and they deported her, and he was for that. He was like, look,
Charlie Cook wins book ban argument against Gavin Newsom.
And so
let's see what we got. On a serious note, 4,240 books or titles, libraries and schools were banned in 2023. Is that not as a conservative?
Well, it depends. I mean, like, I think we can both agree pornography should not be taught to 9-year-olds.
Fair point.
Okay,
Fair.
So that's a book ban.
All right. Well, there were some other books.
Well, no.
Bill O'Reilly's
that
book
was the
banned.
Moms for Liberty contention. Time out.
Yeah.
Like, I agree on Bill O'Reilly. The Moms for Liberty movement that you made a big thing of was just no porn to 10-year-olds.
Yeah.
We agree. So those books should be banned.
Well, okay.
So what we should do right now is every California school that has porn in their library should be kicked out.
There's also like, what's the definition of porn?
Yeah. What's the difference? Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't.
What? I know, like he's trying to make that argument of justification of banning books because like pornography, you shouldn't put pornography to a 9-year-old, you know. But it's like,
what is the definition? Yeah. Let's
say the Song of Solomon.
Let's stop interrupting Charlie Kirk, Bob. All right, you're like almost as bad as the guy that shot him in the neck.
No, but I mean, some have made that point. Is that a fair point, or is it offensive?
I don't think that's fair.
And as a man of faith, and I deeply admire that about you.
Thank you.
Sincerely.
Yes, but no, I mean, again, the Song of Solomon is rather risque.
No, it's
but
very,
what we're talking about in these books is not just the words; it's also the images. And again, your audience can look at the images themselves.
Okay.
It's highly graphic, but again,
it seems a banning binge. I mean, at next level, sort of cancel Culture.
But why do you think moms are doing that? Do you think it's because they want to have mind control, or do you
No,
think
I
that they
think-
have come across
I think
incident of highly provocative
I
material?
love moms, but this mom's, I mean, we don't have to get into Moms for Liberty. It
You
seems
brought
that
up the book ban
Was
stuff.
it?
I
Was
mean,
it?
deep-
Was it? What
love
did
them
you
mamas.
say? Do you think was it?
culture.
But why do you think moms are doing that? Do you think it's because they want to have mind control, or do you
Yeah, it's because they want to have mind control. That's probably exactly what it is. All these do you think these moms are just being hysterical? Do you think these women are being hysterical about their kids for no fucking reason? When yeah, they fucking are because they. Not to be a dick, but a lot of these women just be sitting at home all day, sit on Facebook, and getting fed crazy ass propaganda by Facebook and Rumble and shit like that, and they are being fucking hysterical.
Drinking wine and taking
Prozac, yeah. What you exactly, Bob? These fucking sluts.
Yeah, I know.
1 second.
It's clear.
1 second. God damn it!
It's muted on the.
Thank you
it's
very
muted on
much.
the player.
Yeah, you saw it. That's why I got this guy over here.
of
I don't
highly
miss anything.
provocative
I
material?
love moms, but this mom's, I mean,
I love moms too, dog. Come on.
Incident
I-
of highly provocative
I
material.
love moms, but this mom's, I mean, we don't have to get into Moms for Liberty. It
I mean, you
seems
brought
that
up the book bans,
deeply,
though. I mean,
deeply organized for a larger agenda, but that's my humble opinion.
no, but let me just kind of complete the point. Is that it's easy to just call it kind of a book ban, but when you actually have to read some of these books, it will take your breath away of some of this stuff, right? You're like, okay, we're teaching a 10-year-old how to put a condom on.
I know. I just have a problem with, who the hell is going to decide that? Government? I mean, Ron DeSantis is going to decide what I can read or say
Well, I mean,
in the boardroom, in the
hold on.
classroom.
This is the exercise of politics, though.
Yeah.
The exercise of politics is the highest form of community because it blends morality and sociability. So what we do is we have discussion and elections, and we have boards and commissions, right? And we as a people say, okay, no porn for 10-year-olds.
Yeah.
And that's politics,
I like
right?
the same people that would say that teaching a 10-year-old how to use a condom is worse than teaching a 10-year-old how to use a gun. Because they'd be the same people like, oh, if all 10-year-olds knew how to fucking use a gun, they'd be able to protect themselves in a school shooting and shit. They're the same ones that are like, oh, they shouldn't learn how to use a condom because I don't know why, but I don't know. It feels like it's the same mindset.
It's just like a counter argument,
I don't know.
I believe 10-year-olds should have guns. All right.
But then, and then, of course, the administration suing media outlooks for talking bad about Trump, who then just capitulated because even though it wasn't a winnable lawsuit for Trump, but because they were in the middle of a merger.
You know, was the Paramount thing where Trump was suing them for.
Yeah. And it is like Trump, and I'm talking about Trump now, but like just his regular attacks on journalism. I mean, if you listen to his press conferences, it's always, if they ask him even a remotely challenging question, it's just an attack. And it's like, sure, maybe Trump is using his free speech by calling them nasty and cruel, but he's like avoiding the question. It's like he's not using legislation to attack free speech all of the time, but he's using culture wars. And now we're talking about, of course, porn no one should be shoving porn down children's throats unless you're Jeffrey Epstein. But all 42,000 books, I guess, are porn, and he didn't read through all those books.
Oh.
Like that's the precipice. It's porn, and then anything gay is porn. Like if there's any sort of gay relationship, well, that is inherently sexual. That should be banned. But also, these are public libraries. Like the public should decide what goes in these public libraries. Like a public school library is still under the public library system.
Yeah. But what was the last time?
Here's my whole thing is like, I think it's, and I hope this doesn't make me sound like a fucking pedophile, but I don't think the idea of teaching like human beings, healthy sexuality is like a necessarily pedophilic thing. You know what I mean? Because it's like, unless you're teaching the kids, hey, sex between an adult and a fucking child is like right, then I don't think that necessarily teaching them that like, yeah, your body is gonna have like physical responses to stuff, you know what I mean? And like
You know, it's like I do think
he made the claim that it's like they're teaching 10-year-olds to put on condoms. Like I don't like that's a claim. I've never heard it. Maybe it's
I never even heard that either.
I never
I
heard
feel
it,
like
but honestly, it's like that. It's like, well, if the 10-year-old having sex with a 10-year-old girl, it's like, well, then maybe like
that makes sense if it was in Texas because
But I mean, it's not even that. It's just like I know when I was growing up, I knew kids that were fucking having sex with each other and they fucking get pregnant and shit. And it's just well, maybe if they knew how to fucking throw a rubber on their dick, you know what I mean? That would be like. The thing is like, I remember being a kid. You know what I mean? I remember fucking being I remember being a teenager in a small town too, and like one of the only things people had was fucking dating each other. Everybody dated each other, and everybody fucking fucked each other and stuff. And thank God most of them did it before like they could get pregnant. You know what I mean? Because like once they could, they got the first person they could pregnant, and then they were stuck with them. You know, for a while. And so it's just like so where I grew up, they didn't teach sex education. They taught abstinence, you know? So it's like the idea of actually teaching kids, hey, if you're going to stick your penis inside somebody because it feels good, you should put a rubber on it because if you come, then you don't get them pregnant. That seems just very basic, like whatever. And you can say, oh, then like you just like, I mean, it's like, here's the thing. Another great thing that I heard, I don't know whose point it was, but it's like the idea of being able to teach kids how to be trans in school is crazy because you can't even teach kids like math in school. You know what I mean? Like when I was in school, I couldn't be taught anything except for what I wanted to learn and all that. So what?
Like you can't even teach evolution in science class.
Yeah, what I'm saying is like, well, I mean, just not even just by that, but it's like, but teaching a kid anything, teaching them the bones in the human body, it's like how much.
No one's pushing, no one's making kids be trans, but
I don't even.
If you have a kid, I don't know what age, like 14, who's having legitimate questions about their gender identity, don't you want a counselor in school to be able to talk them through that?
Yeah.
But like we're banning programs that do just that. It's not programs to try to convince kids that you're like, yes, these feelings are right. It's like, no, it's like, okay, what are you feeling? How can you express these feelings?
Yeah, it's like the worst thing I think that anybody can realize is like hiding feelings. I mean, like finding ways to like hide and compartmentalize feelings always turn out into like somebody shooting somebody or somebody like becoming a serial killer or somebody like hurting animals and stuff like that. It's like the easier and earlier you can go like, hey, you might be weird. Like that's what I love about my parents. They're always like very open about like, hey, everybody has weird feelings. Everybody feels weird. It's about like what's in your mind is different than what you do and stuff. And you can think about whatever you want in your mind, but when you actually do stuff, it's a different thing. So it's just like, I don't know. Like I don't think that people even feel like they're allowed to have thoughts, you know, or like to explore thoughts and stuff in their mind. I feel like it's so everything's so compartmentalized that like even having some kind of like let's put it this way, you can have like crazy like honestly also too, I think that the more that things become sterilized or like moralized and stuff like that, it actually probably leads to the creation of more eccentric taboos and stuff like that because there's like it's like, oh, I had to have my own secret, I have to have my own like whatever, and it's like and then that just creates not even that you have, I'm saying is like I don't think people feel like they have to have it. I think that every person is just different, so whatever their own thing's going to be is their own thing. And if they happen to be the guy that falls into, oh, I like farts in my face. Oh, I like smelly feet or whatever. It's like, okay, you're gonna be more marginalized than the guy that's like, oh, I like big butts. I like big tits. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. It might be a crazy thing to say, but yeah, I don't know. It's the puritanical like American mindset, you know, has probably led to a lot of the violence and mental illness. That's like been perpetuated just because people don't have necessarily like even like
you're creating out groups.
Yes.
Well, yeah, and also secret out groups or like secret shames. You know, it's just like And honestly, that too. But I think people always say is like when you censor people, you always just create more marginalized, like more extreme people, which is actually true. But at the same time, it's like, well, it's very funny that we even have the luxury of debating these type of things, because literally for like thousands of years before we got to have these conversations, we would just murder those people. I mean, depending on like whatever, like it wasn't necessarily what was different or not. It's like whatever didn't work with whatever that king decided to say, we would just murder them, just like kill them, or just like make them slaves and stuff. You could be in Africa and it would be different than what those laws would be in Europe. It would be different than what the laws would be in Russia or like Mesopotamia, but all the same thing would still happen. It's like if you didn't go with the thing, we just murder you or just make you a slave or whatever.
Well, we're also not that far out from. I mean, this wasn't in our lifetimes, but I'll separate from Charlie, but just focus on Trump. Like we're entering into a new age of McCarthyism, and there's all this with the rhetoric about the violent left, which is now escalated. But like Trump's been like fueling that fire for a while. Like that's like why so many people, without knowing anything about the shooter, like, oh yeah, it was probably some radical left lunatic, and now it's about communism and Marxism. It was just 60 years ago that we would jail people for having wrong thoughts of being being communists, and
they would write out communists.
We put two professors to death because like they accused them of being Russian spies, and then it came out I think like 10 years ago Russia admitted like, no, we knew nothing about that, but we were happy to see.
But you didn't even go back to like the literal like Salem witch trials and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Where it's just like, it is kind of like it's the way that America works, or the way that our society works.
It wasn't about free speech. That they didn't ban they didn't burn. They weren't burning witches. They were burning women who they thought were ornery, and then there's the one guy they crushed with rocks to death who just wanted nothing to do with it.
Or they just want to get women with an opinion to a man.
Yeah, it was just kind of weird women, and then that's I think that's I think that's a separate scenario unless you have a point to it.
I mean, I guess like you could even go further back and just like even the puritanical like people that just left England, you know what I mean, to get away from like what they were doing, to then just say, okay, we're going to be this highly puritanical society that women have to live this way, men have to live this way, and then we also shun you. And
that's like the big lie is that like the
the idea of like being a witch. It's like even before witchcraft, there was also other punishments and kind of things that they would do. Like witchcraft seemed kind of like just the what is it, like the zenith of like, okay, like we're
a mass psychosis, like kind of mob mentality.
Yeah, and also like I'm sure there's some kind of lead poisoning shit. I mean, like it just there must have been something that maybe led to whatever, or we can just agree that women are fucking evil. You know, it's like I don't know where we want to land with that, but the idea that like when you create, the whole point that I got from The Crucible, which is like the movie based on the fucking play, which is based on the thing that supposedly happened, is that when you follow the circular logic of a god, you know what I mean, or a law that can only be, explained by, biblical ways or ways that have circular logic. That was the whole thing where it's like, so you're saying that this woman isn't a witch, but you're saying that the only logic of being her a witch is not logical. Yeah. So you're saying that there's no way to prove that she isn't a witch, kind of thing. It's just like, once you subscribe your entire, like I'm saying, when it comes to the whole Republican thing, because Charlie Kirk isn't arguing a philosophy, he's arguing his religion that isn't necessarily it's built in faith. It's not built in logic. So to have this whole like mindset of like, I'm going to logically in good faith argue with you. It's like, well, you were never going to disagree with God. So you're saying like who is going to come down and make you disagree with God with your argument? So all you were trying to do is come up with quips to promote your own, religious based philosophy and stuff. So that's like the weird thing. That's what to me is like he was trying to have a conversation. Like, no, you're just doing what like you guys don't like Muslims for their jihad and shit like that. I mean, I'm not saying that he did that, but like he's just pushing a fucking religious extremism. That
he was a Christian nationalist, and I think he probably would have admitted that.
Yeah, which is fine, but Christian nationalism does only have one kind of like. The same thing with most nationalistic things, like what people talk about, like, oh, I'm trying to think of a good like political example and stuff, but maybe with the Serbians and stuff, like, there are people, there are like, or just like I'm saying, when America literally went to the New World and like subjugated all these Indians, all these Mexicans and shit, to be like, this is Christian land and this is how Christ wants the world to be. It's like, is that based off of a great argument? Did you argue and have a great debate with these Indians and these like different people, or did you just kill them all and fucking, it's like, so and also the society that you're trying to like enforce, like that's what I'm saying, Charlie Kirk's like white world and the white society and stuff isn't built off of arguments and like logic and stuff. You can say that maybe we're scientifically better and stuff, but that's not a logical argument. That's not a philosophical argument that you're saying that whatever. But that's the only thing that they can use to prevent the plebs from rising up, is like, oh, we're gonna have, now that we win and that we own everything, now you have to like convince us that you deserve to have what we have, when it's like, but that wasn't what you guys based your shit on. You based it off of just killing everybody that was there and establishing everything, and then just being the rulers.
And that's like the free speech thing. I think he's using free speech to limit other people, like to like get that power, so then he can take away other people's, and we can like, he's a big Second Amendment guy until like literally a minute before he got shot says that trans people should be banned from buying guns solely based on the fact that they're trans, but legally it's because they're mentally insane, which is again the fire he's been stoking. So they're stoking these fires, and they want to maintain the plausible deniability, because no one wants to be a Nazi. Like, no one wants to be called a Nazi, and now the president's talking about people who use that language, calling people racist, is now hate speech. But I'm sorry, this thing looks like a duck and it talks like a duck, but I'm just supposed to wait for it to shit before I call it a duck. Yeah. And that's what's frustrating, and it's especially frustrating coming from liberal media. Fucking Ezra Klein saying Charlie Kirk practiced politics in good faith. It's like, no, he was debating college kids using a debate script, using debate culture to cut propaganda. He shouldn't die for that. I don't believe in the death penalty for anything. Absolutely, there's no circumstances where I support the death penalty. So morally, I'm against his killing, and logically, I'm against it because like he was also at times his own worst enemy. Like, yeah, he posted his W's for the right to see, but also all of his L's, which are plenty of, were being distributed on the left. So it's like he did create a discourse where like people who were against him could like be like, look how fucking dumb he is. And now we're like using his own words, which you just have like,
I never even thought about Charlie Kirk's words, and I'm having to use his fucking language to debate his fucking rhetoric. It's like, so all of a sudden, just because some faggot shot him in the goddamn neck, it's like, oh wow, I am like,
he was a good guy.
Charlie
it's
Kirk.
Like, no,
not even he's a good guy or a bad guy. But what I'm saying is like, you can believe Malcolm X, Charlie, whatever, Muhammad, like fucking all these people, but now his words have this martyr energy to them, where like people are like going, well, Charlie Kirk said empathy doesn't exist, but you have to listen to the whole quote. He said that empathy doesn't exist, sympathy exists, because you can't empathy. You can never be in somebody else's shoes. Like I'm saying, he does make good points, and the left does such a bad job of cutting his shit out so they can just like quote it, because they actually don't care. They're just like,
I mean,
what I hate is that this. Go on.
Well, I mean, like, I don't think the left as a whole does a bad job, because there's plenty of like when he went to Cambridge and debated actual Cambridge level people, like he didn't do so well. And if you play some of those greatest hits, when he went on that Jubilee, the 20v1 Bukkake session of Debate Lord, like that's like where he got goaded into saying that black people were better off as slaves, and he had a defense to it. It was a very thin defense. It was veiled in some pseudo logic, and he would have been proud to still defend that today. But now if you bring that up, you're being cruel to the dead. And it's like, I don't think liberal media should be talking bad about the dead, but it's like, play his greatest hits. That's just play his greatest hits. This is the first time many people are hearing the name Charlie Kirk. Don't make him out to be this, like, you don't have to talk bad about him. Just play his greatest hits. Let people do what he would have wanted. Let people listen to what he had to say. And most Americans,
let's say this: if he was the president and he was saying the same kind of stuff, like, what do you think? I don't think it's like the idea of this guy that was like promoting these ideas. It's like, okay, well, people are like, he could have been a senator. I'm like, exactly. Yeah. What if he was a senator? What if he was the one like promoting this kind of stuff? Just because and also he had more power not being a politician. He had like one of the top 10. The other thing too, what I'm trying to say is that like, it sounds so weird because like, I don't think he should have been fucking killed. Not at all. But at the same time, I don't think that people in Palestine should be killed. I don't think that people in like schools should be killed. Like, I don't think that people should just be killed. Obviously, I don't think that's like, it feels so silly and disingenuous. People are like, I don't think that people should be killed. It's like
everything around his.
Oh my God, yes. Like, I don't think that people should be killed. But at the same time, it's like, war does happen. War is like a real thing. Like, things do happen and stuff like that. So I'm not saying that the guy should be killed, but if he was, like I said, a cultural warrior, then shouldn't he be like proud to die for his cause? I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah.
I don't even know if his cause was free speech, because I don't feel like it was free speech. I think his cause was like
Christian nationalism.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, shouldn't you be proud to die for like saying that I think that white people are better than, and people are gonna be mad and say that he didn't say that, but he fucking did.
His last words were a racial dog whistle. It's like, what about gang violence? It's like, what do you mean by that?
Well, that's like, I felt really funny about that. He's like, how many trans schools? Like, too many. It's like, what does that even mean? Like, what does that even mean?
The answer was 5, by the way. 5 5 in the last 10 years, as far as.
But I mean, it's like, what does that even mean? It's like too many. It's like, okay, yeah, well, too many killers for anybody. I guess so. It's like, but that's how they'll have that thing where it's just like, any amount of killers is too many and stuff. It's like, wow, Charlie was so smart.
Even though he's on record of hating trans people, he was talking about all killings bad, not just the one that my political opponents partake in.
Yeah, well, what I'm saying is because he didn't also, like when there was talking, like, this is what really made me go like, okay, well, he actually doesn't care about killing. And you guys could say whatever you want about it. I'm sorry, but fucking when he was talking about the Palestinian shit, when he just like, so define Palestine, define what is Palestine. And this guy's like trying to say like, what about the Palestinian? Like, define. It's like, what do you mean? Like, why does he have to define Palestine? Like, why don't you define Palestine and then also define what your actual position is on it? Why are you making this guy define a thing that's obviously happening? You're supposed to be the person that's the smart guy. Why don't you recontextualize? But he does recontextualize it. And he's just like, oh, it's not a real thing. It's called ancient Judeo-Sumeria or whatever. It's like, okay, so did the Jews fucking invade fucking is like, so what is Israel? That's actually ancient Judeo-Sumeria. Like, that's not actually like, what do you fuck? It's like, I hate people that use rhetoric just so that here's the thing. I do the same thing as a bit, as a joke. It's like, I like to play both sides and play the fence and shit like that. But if you're actually going to be a Martin Luther King, Malcolm X type of fucking character, you can't have both sides of it. You can't play both sides. Fucking,
you can't halfway defend free speech.
Ain't no such thing as halfway crooks, dog. Scared to death, scared to look, they shook. Ain't no such thing as halfway crooks. And also, what I'm saying is like, fucking what's Ben Shapiro? Oh, he's just so stoked that now he gets to charge more people for fucking his like nobody on the right is anything except for like, man, we're fucking right. These people fucking suck. And everybody on the left is like, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's like, oh, and the right are still killing people on the fucking right. It's like, I don't know.
Violence.
Right on right crime.
Well, it just, yeah, it's.
And all
that happened was a fucking a crazy ass Republican killed another crazy ass Republican, and the world got tripped out for fucking 4 days, and it derailed us from figuring out.
I don't know if he's a
Trump's
Republican.
Epstein shit. What?
Like the shooter. I don't know. Unless new information came out, I would still contend we don't know what his leanings are, other than he was hyper online. Like, I think he was probably like a Nick Frontis orbiter, which I won't claim is like right wing. I think like if you were able to dissect his ideology, I think you'll find right and left, and they won't make sense. And he was just a lost soul who's like doesn't really have a community, is only online.
I can agree with that, honestly, because I feel like I'm a little bit that way.
Yeah,
you know,
and that's like the thing. Like I think, if he was right wing, just like the past whenever 3, 4, 5, 6 mass shooters have been, like the public mass shooters have been right wing, proven to be right wing. I don't think it's the right wing that is the fucking problem. I don't think it's their rhetoric that's the problem. I think it goes to the internet and the fucking culture we're at. I'm not calling for a fucking civil war because the last several mass shootings have been conducted by right wingers.
I think the idea of a civil war is like what I feel like they really want to happen, like in a weird way. Like
People
maybe
are fantasizing about it.
Yeah, like I'm not even just.
I don't think it's gonna happen.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of people that fantasize about the idea of a civil war. Like they fantasize about cheating on their girlfriend. You know what I mean? It's like some shit they wouldn't do, but it's a fucking hot idea to think about just because of the excitement, you know. But the reality of it is a lot grosser and fucking sweatier than people want to, I guess reconcile with. But yeah, I don't know, man. It is really wild seeing people from the right side trying to cancel people from the left side, making fun of Charlie Kirk's death. You know, that is a very interesting way, but it's also not new. It just doesn't feel like anything new is happening, I guess. But maybe it just what I'm worried is like it's gonna lead to the with the straw that broke the camel's back kind of thing.
Yeah. I mean, look, Trump sicked the National Guard on DC because Big Balls got beat up. Like that's like
Big Balls. What do you mean?
The Doge guy, the Doge kid, he got carjacked, or like he got jumped by some youth, some hooligans. He got beat up, and that was Trump's call to.
Yeah, tell me about that later because I didn't know about that.
Well, you know that he deployed the National Guard to DC.
I know the National Guard thing. I didn't.
And
know
the catalyst was Big Balls getting beat up. Like he got carjacked, or like he was trying to stop someone else from getting carjacked. And that was his threshold. And then immediately he was like, "This works so well," which crime was already down. Crime was already at a 6-year low, I think. But he's going to take credit for that because he sicked the National Guard, and then he was talking about doing it with Chicago. I believe yesterday he announced he's sending it to Memphis. So you can only imagine if all it took was one kid getting jumped, who is a mild orbiter of Trump. Like, I don't think Trump personally knew Big Balls. He was more of a Musk guy. What Trump's personal friend getting assassinated by, who, again, before we knew any information, claimed was a lefty lunatic. I think
it seems like he doesn't really care. Have you seen the videos where they're asking him?
Yeah,
asking him about Charlie Kirk, and they're like, Charlie Kirk just got killed. Trump, how are you feeling? He's like, I'm doing pretty good, honestly. They're actually adding a new addition to the White House's. I mean,
It's
they
gonna be
really seem to
ready.
give a fuck. Honestly,
They've been trying to do it for 150 years.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think Trump gives a fuck. Which sucks because that was my whole thing was like, man, Trump gives a fuck. That's why we should vote for him. But it turns out, oh, actually, he doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't give a fuck as much as fucking George Bush and Joe Biden and they just don't give a fuck.
I don't know what Trump wants. I think that's I know Stephen Miller. You know,
I think Trump wants what he already got, and now he's like way over his head. I think he got what he wanted, like, and then
billions of dollars.
Yeah, then he didn't realize that like. Well, yeah, like he can't even having the money that Trump has right now, like at his age and what he has to go through and deal with and stuff like that. I think he did sign some kind of deal with the devil in the sense that like he probably doesn't want to be doing what he's doing right now.
I do question that, yeah.
Yeah, it's like whenever you see him, he just doesn't even look like his heart's in the game anymore. He just
unless they do have the Epstein
almost
files
80.
on him.
I mean, like he's
well, like what?
I mean, his health is like literally deteriorating. I mean, like if you see him like
with the hand and
with the
shit.
hands, but like you
saw the AI video, right? That is AI. That
it
is
had
really,
to be, yeah.
but
It was
it's so
AI
weird.
touched up, like
Yeah.
like.
Yeah, at least.
I don't think it was some, and I don't think it's some
brushed up.
grand conspiracy, but yeah, they were like they made him look good.
There's there's no way to say that it wasn't. Like if you just look at it, it's like there's no way to say that that isn't.
And I don't think that's some grand conspiracy. Like
I'm sure. As I'm saying, it's like we would all say that. Then in 2 months from now, they'd say, "Yeah, the fucking White House is using AI. Like we're using whatever." It's like they just make it sound like you're crazy for even bringing it up, which is all they fucking do. They just like wait until.
Well, did you see him at the 9/11 memorial?
No, what happened there?
It was all
Like,
droopy.
He looked like he was about to. He had the stroke face.
Yeah.
Like where his lip was like on the left side. Like I've seen my grandmother had that left side when she had the stroke.
And it was gone later.
Yeah.
Like that's and like I listened to his speech and like it didn't sound too bad. In the beginning it was a little rough, but like if you look at that picture, it's like, dude, why is your fucking
Put the Trump color real
do
quick.
the fucking
Yeah.
Trump droop. I'm sure
Yeah,
it'll
the
come
Trump
up.
droop. Yeah.
I want to look up Trump hand real quick. Trump.
'Cause I saw that. Looked like he was about to have a stroke.
Yeah, and I was like, why? And like, oh look, I think.
Yeah, look at this weird brow. He's got the brow.
But that's
They
that.
always do, but here, this is a weird thing. They usually do the bruise around the eye. Have you noticed that? So when it comes to the Illuminati shit, they usually do the bruise around the eye. So I'm wondering what's going on with the Trump hand.
Is that that's from shaking hands? If you know,
You
if
think
don't,
so?
well that's what the administration said, and what the administration said is never false.
Bullshit.
No, you're saying that he was shaking hands too hard.
That's quite literally what his press secretary. That's the story. Was that it was from frequent handshaking and daily aspirin.
Yeah.
You know what? Honestly though, I mean, think about it, because Trump's probably one of those faggots that, not faggots, but like one of those guys that's just like does the hard squeeze, and so everybody. Have you been a guy that does the hard squeeze handshake?
I always try to give them the limpest possible one to make
Really?
them feel uncomfortable. Yeah,
Interesting.
it's a power
do the
move I
hard
play.
squeeze? Really?
I do the hard squeeze if it's a man's man. You know.
If a man's man, that's what I'm saying. It's like,
No,
so
I'll do
I
that
feel
too,
like
'cause I'm a pussy.
I feel like
not you, but me. I'm
I feel like he's probably it wouldn't be that surprising if he's doing like, but like he's probably doing like 1660 man's man handshakes every day.
Yeah.
How many are they doing?
Yeah,
they're not meeting with a bunch of Trump's meeting with all these different people and shit. It kind of makes sense just to give Trump a little bit of fucking sweeping it up for him. It wouldn't surprise me if he.
And
had
I'll say because
how many handshakes is he making? That's like crazy.
Oh, this was after some conference, so it was from like the EU or the NATO conference. And I'll say, when my grandpa was really old, my dog kind of like jumped up on him, and like the claws scraped his arm, and they didn't scratch him, but they left claw bruises. So, and he's fucking old. He's the oldest serving president. He's 79. Same age as
the whole hand still. Okay, look at this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one, so I think is this one you're talking about, Zandy, with the fucking with the like the little flesh colored. Are people calling in? No, people are just texting and messaging. Motherfuckers, I hate it when people don't just call in. Don't message me because then I gotta read the fucking thing.
You should look up the Trump face one is.
That's right.
Trump face.
Yeah,
What?
the Trump 9/11 face.
Yeah.
Trump 9/11. One second.
That's,
all right.
that's what I was talking about.
That's what you're talking about. One
Yeah.
second.
Yeah, because this like
9/11
could just be.
ceremony.
What is it, like a
Look,
video?
yeah, look at that.
There.
Oh, okay.
Look at that third
yeah.
one.
That is. Oh, okay.
But
one
like
second.
in like it did clear up. He talked to the press, so I don't want to be a fucking blue anon. I don't want to be a conspiratorial, but what the
I
fuck
like
is
that
that?
shit though. It's fun.
Yeah, what the fuck is that?
Q gets to do it for fucking
that?
4
Look at
years.
that.
Is he smoking an imaginary cigar? Like,
All right, one second. I'm playing it right here. Let me see. There we go. Sorry. All right, let's see. Yo.
and like this was the day
He's also
after.
got the eyes right here
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, that face.
This was the day
It's
after
like
Kirk. He didn't make a public appearance during.
Dude, I wish I have ears as hairy as this one of these days. Look at that.
Someone did an analysis of Trump's comb over and like noted how the sideburns go all the way to the back and estimated that they would be 12 inches long. So then when Trump gets out of the shower, he just has like the Jew sideburns that go down to here.
That's actually kind of
before he does
It's
his
very Japanese of
fucking-
him.
Yeah.
Very okay. Yeah. You know what? Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, what is and it's like it's there's so many things to be frustrated about because fucking Brandon was out of it. There were times Brandon was a fucking.
All right, so here's the hand patch thing. One second, then they had to play it way too fast. So is that real? Have you seen that shit? The hand patch?
Yeah.
I guess that's to
Hand
cover the
patch.
bruise, right?
Yeah.
Do you think the bruise is from like he's getting like vitals like put in his hand or something like that?
I don't know. I couldn't speculate. I can speculate on other people's speculation, which is just like there's people saying it's signs of stroke. There's people saying it's just signs of being alive and dying.
How old
his
is he right
ankles?
now?
He is 79, which is the same age as George Bush currently is, who served as president
Yeah.
20 years ago, and it's the same age as Bill Clinton, who served as president 30 years ago. We're being ruled by the same. They were all born in 1963. We're being ruled by
1946.
1940. Yeah, 63. Yeah, yeah.
You said 63. Is like
I did. Yeah, that's wrong.
1946.
The year after World War One. This is the
World War
fresh
II.
batch of boomers. We're still being ruled by them.
Yep.
And all these people. My favorite conspiracy theory is
Would
that
you guys be down for a fucking like? The other thing is like, if we all just rose up and like destroyed everything, what would we actually create? Like, I don't know if you're accelerationist like me, Bob. See, I'm an accelerationist. So,
Yeah.
but so with me, it's like, so once everything gets burnt down, and we like create the new like society from the rubble, it's like, what are we gonna do?
We're gonna rebuild.
Yeah, but I'm saying like
Like,
how? It's like what?
I mean,
like,
like,
what
we
we're gonna do?
want-
Socialism? We're gonna do democracy, but right? Like, what are we gonna
I think
do?
a socialist fusion of capitalism, to be my opinion.
yeah, that so socialism still has markets. That's like democratic socialism. I think is the obvious answer because it still has markets. It still has. I'm not an accelerationist though. I don't know.
Well, then what do you believe? Like, we're just gonna stop it right before it almost falls over, and then just.
I don't know. Well, no, I don't believe that we should. I guess I'll say I'm not going to actively participate in the acceleration. Not that that's saying much. I'm not going to actively participate in anything. I'm
I don't think that
gonna
you can
fucking
really
watch it
prevent-
happen.
I don't think you can really prevent like
I'm not rooting it on. I
accelerationist,
suppose.
yeah.
I don't like. I'll fucking sit back and watch, but there's people who say like you can keep reforming the system and keep reforming and that. or ultimately not lead, like that'll just delay the ultimate revolution, and then the
Well, that's what I'm
revolution.
saying. Yeah, it's like that's what accelerationism is basically, that everything that we're doing right now is just a band-aid from the ultimate actual evolution of our political system, you know? And I mean, when you see everything that's going on, it's like kind of hard to disagree.
Yeah.
When it's like, oh, Trump gets voted in, but we're just going to prevent the Epstein shit. So I was like, okay, so that whole thing, we're just going to keep on doing that. Well, then we're never going to actually change. So we should probably just flush this entire fucking system. All the all these politicians that have been blackmailed and all that. Let's figure out a way to flush this shit out. And apparently, we're not going to be able to do it legally.
Yeah.
So it's very silly.
And that's why I think we see the rise in violence in both mass shootings and also political violence. It's because it's because we're stagnant.
But it's also being treated like it's unbelievable. Like it's not, and also that it's not politically pragmatic, which is the wildest shit, where they're just like, oh, when it comes to politics, fucking violence and politics don't literally go hand in hand.
Violence is never the
peanut
answer.
butter and jelly. Yeah, it's like, but America's built off of violence and politics. It's like, that's what I mean. It's like there's no, and also our foreign policy is built off of violence and politics. Like we are built and bred to be violence and politics, but then also weirdly conditioned to believe that like everything is done from a peaceful political system.
And I think both need to be true. I think because I think it is true that like you're only going to get the true reform and like true betterment through violence. Because I mean that's the American Revolution, that's the Civil War, that's there is no peaceful way to fundamentally change a system. But once you fundamentally change it, you need to believe that you don't need violence. But as soon as you create that new system, it's going to begin to entropy. Like that's the universal truth in life, is that
but why would you believe that? What I'm saying is like it seems like you almost in the beginning of even talking about it being like, okay, so we need to do violence so we can have peace long enough that we do violence again to have peace again. You know,
we must be violent every day.
Well, I don't necessarily believe that even. You know, it's like I don't necessarily think that that violence is the only way to solve this problem, but I do believe that the system that we've created has created that as the only solution to solve the problem of the system. Like, so if we want to live in this system, if we want to literally promote like everything that we promote, like movies, music, I mean, like our political system, our fucking military, the worldwide military, all these things, our history that we decide to promote. Like, so if we decide that our society is based around that, then well, that will be the only way. But I don't necessarily believe that that is the only way, but I do think that there needs to be a literal overhaul, which would only be happening from an accelerationist mindset of like where everything becomes so untenable that it then is destroyed. And also we would find out once and for all if this is the natural state of humanity, if we are in a post-apocalyptic world and the only way for humanity to get any kind of like grasp in nature and stuff like that is to be horrible, violent people, it'd be capitalistic animals, to be all these kind of things. If that's the only way for us to be like, if we all just live in Mad Max world, you know what I mean? Well, maybe that's true politics, like I really don't know. But at the same time, the idea that we're living in a political system that we didn't create for ourselves, and that the idea that we're arguing about it isn't exactly what the political system is trying to promote, is just like frustrating.
Yeah.
I don't know. You have to expand the scope of violence too, because like it doesn't need to be necessarily killing, physical violence, but the people in power who need to be removed from power in order to change the system do need to be removed from power. That doesn't necessarily mean physical violence, but physical arresting someone, even if you don't hurt them, is violence. Like if someone comes up to you and physically stops you, they're enforcing their will on you. They're committing violence. It's not as bad if you want to label morals. It's not as bad as killing you or
That's crazy.
punching you in the face, but it is a form of violence.
It's crazy how like things are right now. But looking at like Nepal or South Korea, how they got rid of their overthrow their governments. It's like we haven't really. I mean, Americans Americans themselves are not active to actually do stuff, someone like that. You know what I mean?
Well, they just tried Jan 6. Like that was an attempt, and if things went their way, like I mean, we can say it was all a bunch of hoopla, but there were people in that crowd who, if they did get their hands on,
I think it was a ceremonial, almost a burning of an effigy style of what could have happened, like you said with the Nepal thing. So it's like the way that like you would have a pinata. You know what I mean?
It was a bad attempt. I think it was a bad attempt.
Well, I don't think. Well, let's put it this way. I think
things have gone pretty bad this year. I mean, it's just like economy's about to crash. I mean,
what people don't realize is that America has had this say, like, dude, we killed a president back in the day. Is what I'm trying to say. Is like we killed a president when we killed MLK, we killed Martin Luther King, we killed multiple Kennedys and shit like that. We just haven't had a lot of assassinations recently. So we think that this is like, oh my God, life is changing. It's like, actually, no, this is literally how life works. We kill people in power. And so like Caesar got fucking assassinated and shit. It's like the idea of political assassination being like a foreign concept and all that. It's just that people fucking want to lie to themselves and believe that we've somehow evolved past it. And then they use that whole like the fear, and then they use the fear that this is anything other. Like they try to convince people that this isn't just a human existence. You know what I mean? Like obviously, as long as we've existed as humans, we've assassinated political fucking enemies and stuff like that, or not even enemies, like political figures. Like you can say that MLK was a political enemy to a lot of people, but maybe not to you, but we still assassinated him. Same thing with JFK, same thing with Lincoln. You know, like the political figures that have a lot of cachet get fucking shot in the neck by people that, you know, want to stop that, whether they're funded by one people or another. So there's like, I think that there's a lot of money or a lot of power that gets like brought into convincing us that what happened 10 years ago is new today. You know, it's like we can just this thing that already works and like we already figure out the formula for it. I'll just resell it to you as some kind of new thing. I honestly do feel like people aren't buying into the Charlie Kirk propaganda way quicker than they have in the past. You know, I think like George Floyd is the last one of those, and I think the Charlie Kirk is their new one. And they're like, yeah, people just don't feel it. And then
was the healthcare CEO too, which was a lot different of a feeling. Like people on all sides, that was a unity moment among class. I think that's like the closest America has come to gaining class consciousness.
I think that's the Charlie Kirk thing is kind of coming to that as well, because like I said, I don't know how you felt about the Luigi thing. I don't know how he felt about anything, but I can obviously tell that what he was saying wasn't resonating with a lot of people that obviously feel like they don't agree with it. So to try to punish people for celebrating a person that was speaking stuff that they weren't agreeing with, you know what I mean? In a world that lives off of fucking Dirty Harry and fucking, you know, putting guns at people's faces when you don't agree with them is just almost anti-American to me. I think like killing Charlie Kirk is the most American thing that America's done in a while and stuff, but like but also like they're like our response to it is also American. We're murderers, and we also want to feel bad. People feel bad about our murders and stuff. We're just
Boston Tea Party was the first riot. That was the first major American riot.
It was a false flag attack against the fucking Indians. We pretended to be Indians and then fucking framed them.
That's right.
Throw all the tea into the ocean to fuck over the fucking British. That's like that's. America is all about being sneaky little fucks and shit, and just like And I like that about it. That's what I'm like. I like America. I like our violence. I like the fact that we kill our heroes off. Like we don't have any sacred cows and shit. We'll kill a politician as quick as we kill a president, as quick as we kill a homeless guy. You know, it's like everybody can get it. You know what I mean? Don't get too fucking confident, motherfucker. You can get smoked and shit, and that is how we all live. We can all get fired for having the wrong choice against Charlie Kirk, the way that Charlie Kirk can get shot in the neck and fucking have the wrong opinion against whatever. I don't know, man. It's a funky ass world, and I'm glad that I have enough money to spend on my internet so I can freestyle, project all my radio pirate nonsense.
Well,
final thoughts. We'll hang it up. We'll do a funky dealer.
R.I.P. Charlie Kirk and no violence.
No violence.
I'm sorry. It's
I'm about to smack you in the face. For saying
I'm sorry.
that.
I'm sorry.
No, you can be violent, dude. No violence. I like that.
No,
I'm not
it's
trying
just,
to. No. I'm just teasing you. I'm just teasing you. Bob says no violence. R.I.P. Charlie Kirk, man. Fuck
But,
yeah, dude. R.I.P. To the goat, to the legend.
No, I didn't like Charlie Kirk when he was alive, and don't change that opinion now. No one should die, though.
No one should die.
No one should die. I think everyone should live. I think everyone,
I agree.
Every person should live forever, and I hope Trump lives forever. And I hope that 2028, man. I think it's gonna come. I think it's gonna come through.
Yeah. And it's not the left, it's not the right. It's the people that
It's
are
a fatherless home.
Exactly.
That's the number one thing according to
It's
Charlie.
not the left. It's not the right. It's the blacks and the Jews, guys.
And the trans.
And unfortunately, Charlie's kids are now living in a fatherless home. So someone should keep an eye out on them. They might become school shooters.
Yeah.
I already told you, dude. I could be Charlie Kirk's wife's new guy. You know.
It's just
I could be that guy for her.
You could be Charlie's ex-wife's husband now.
That's what I just said, doggy.
I know.
You feel that?
Yeah.
You're saying it right, right?
Right.
That could be me. Wouldn't that be so dope? Like I know we're making a joke right now, but like I don't know, man.
We gotta do it while it's legal.
We got it.
We gotta do it while it's legal. Joke.
So how is it legal? What the fuck?
What? Joke. Make a joke.
Make a joke.
While it's legal.
While it's legal. Oh, make a joke while it's legal.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying it's like you ever see when Kodak Black when fucking Nipsey Hussle got killed, and Kodak Black's like, yo, I could be right there for Lauren London and shit. I could be that kind of guy. Like that's how I feel about Charlie Kirk. That was my first thought. I was like, yo, you know what? She's dealing with these 2 kids and all that. She's dealing with all this fucking shit. You know, she needs a real motherfucker like me. You know what I mean? To like a real Kirk in her life. You know, just to be like, yo, baby, don't listen to that fucking nonsense and shit. I don't know what I'm saying. Like I fucking I got her husband's back, but at the same time, it's like I'm gonna be there for her if she wants me to be. You know, even if she don't want me to be, I'm gonna still be there for her and shit. Because it's a man's job to be there for a woman. You know what I'm saying?
I'll pay for his kids.
No, you won't.
I will.
Not if I get there first.
Jefferson's already stepped in.
Yeah.
Running back. Fucking, or is he a wide receiver? Vikings.
What?
Jefferson.
Wait.
The Vikings. Jefferson. I forgot his first name. He's already stepping in. He's gonna
really.
He's gonna pay for all of Charlie's children's. I think school, maybe more. Yeah.
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 He said that.
Really?
As a black guy.
Yeah.
Dude,
wow.
He's like goated. He's going straight to white heaven. That's in a funky dealer.
Nine a winner. Pay the front line, take the don'ts. He's coming out again for a new point. Get your bets down, ladies and gentlemen. 4-4's the point, mark 4. Ace, deuce, scraps, wants 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 4. Ace, deuce, scrap, wants 4. Scrap, wants 4. Who wants the hard 4? 5 wants 4.
Check me out, y'all.
9 a winner. Got a hot hand. Place your bets, ladies and gentlemen. 9 a winner. Got a hot hand. shooter and a good one. Coming out for a new point. Get your bets down, ladies and gentlemen. He's a rolling point is 9. Place 9. Place 9. 8 shooting for 9. 5 shooting for 9. He's a rolling point is 9. Place 9. 8 shooting for 9. 5 shooting for 9. Who wants to come? 6 to point. Check me out, y'all. 9 a winner. Got a hot hand. Place your bets, ladies and gentlemen. 9 a winner. Got a hot hand. Place your bets. Place your bets. Who wants to come? 6 to point. Who wants to come? 6 to point. Place your bets, ladies and gentlemen. So funky. So funky. Check me out, y'all. 8 shooting for 9. 5 shooting for 9. He's a rolling point is 9. Place 9. 8 shooting for 9. 5 shooting for 9. Who wants to come? Place 6. So funky. So funky. Coming out again for a new point. So funky. Bets down, ladies and gentlemen. Who wants the hard 4? So funky. 5 wants 4. Check me out, y'all. 4 fours the point, mark 4. So funky. Ace, deuce, scraps, mark 4. Ace, deuce, deuce. So funky. Scraps, 1. 9 a winner. Got a hot hand. Got a hot hand. 9 a winner. Got a hot hand. Place your bets, ladies and gentlemen. 9 a winner. Got a hot hand. Got a hot hand. 9 a winner. Got a hot hand. Who wants to come? Check me out, y'all. 9 a winner. Got a hot hand. Place your bets, ladies and gentlemen. 9 a winner. Got a hot hand. Place your bets. Place your bets. Pay the front line, take the don'ts. He's coming out again for a new point. Get your bets down, ladies and gentlemen. 4 fours to point, mark 4. Ace, deuce, deuce. Who wants to come? 6 to point. Who wants to come? 6 to point. Who wants to come? 6 to point. Play 6.